For your room, there's a reception. Furniture over here. There's consulting in here. The furniture, AC, everything fixed. Private consultants, furniture. So there's a female ward.
Infant radiation.
Radiant trauma.
It's already here. If anybody tells you that this hospital is not completed, they're going to you. You just need human beings in here. So you're not the nurses. Any doctor for Bahamana. This hospital will be operationalized. So when we say operationalization of a hospital, what does it mean? It only means what's in the problem in the area. So as we speak today, so doctor sitting nurses, they can have OPD services. They can admit sick persons over here.
Let us not forget that when a mandate is given to a government, it is given to it for 4 years. It does not say that 4 years minus a day or whatsoever. In the one I mandate from day one. Please issue a fiat. Say human resource, baby, OPD services, the reception OPD services can start. Consulting rooms, all of them ready. Furniture's in there, ACs whatsoever. That doctors and nurses can be here to start work. Theater rooms, all the equipment. I also want to they are there. Preparation room, they are there. Post surgery rooms, they are all there. All the equipment, they are there. So what's the point? What is this? It has not been operationalized. Here you use the word to confuse everybody. His Excellency, you have the mandate now. If this hospital will have to start, it will have to be at your doorstep. Please make sure that it starts. Fix it. That is what we told you in Parliament. The complaints and the lamentations are too much. And we believe that. So if we can hospital will be a Juma, this is a doctor for nurses now, Wasaki or Sambra. So one from resource number will be coming started. So if there is anything like operationalization, it is at your doorstep, Mr. President. Thank you. Furniture over here.
I welcome you.
Honorable members, please be seated. Honorable members, let us pray. Almighty God, we humbly beseech thee to look with favor upon the Parliament of the Republic of Ghana. Grant that it may perform its high duty as in thy sight. Give divine guidance to the President of the Republic. Endow members of Parliament and ministers of state with discernment and vision, integrity and courage, that through the labors of government, this land and people may be well and truly served, and their good purposes for the common human life be realized in our midst. O God, grant us a vision of our country, fair as it might be, a country of righteousness, where none shall wrong his neighbor, a country of plenty, where evil and poverty shall be done away with, a country of brotherhood, where all success shall be founded on service, and honor shall be given to the deserving, a country of peace, where government shall rest on the will of the people and the love for the common good. Bless the efforts of those who struggle to make this vision a living reality. Inspire and strengthen our people, that they may give time, thought, and sacrifice to speed the day of the coming beauty of Ghana and Africa. Amen. Honorable members, we will take item 6. Item 6. Correction of votes and proceedings and official report. We start with the correction of votes and proceedings of Friday, 7th March 2020.
Ewo Paris, France, Abruchimemu. Dachima Radio nso Denmark. Rakus FM ewo Belgium. Sky FM Columbus, Ohio. US Abruchimemu. Baby akase fidie koduru no. Information centers bebre. Amotwa yen ho ahia. Omukura dwumadie no emu live. Uborem so ewo www.otecfmghana.com square. Asamu fa sansem no mukro jebre borem na ahia no so se ho adanso betumi tien live for tuning app no so. Ya dem live for Facebook and also YouTube. Eho eye OTEC 1029 FM. OTEC 1029 FM. For voice note ni share me wo 0505225578. 0505225578 225578. Na bomodiana yenin komo ewo abujanfo. Ahe. Na I was see tie near head yeko. Me ba tete amam form si o yala eye ne ye ne de om si o eye den eye si o ato force akasa do 24-hour economy ni ho asema amma
1 hour 40 minutes.
Oh yes, 1 hour 40 minutes. Na mpese me to me boy si tie ne from head to toe.
Tie ne nyina.
Oh, why not? Why not? Na me hwe paper na ekura no a and me yes I'm trying because me where na lives no so and minim say we abridged version no say a full version of the about because or say 24-hour economy no ebeba
so say omo ye hon krata say
so omo ye hon krata sem on say enra me can send you has say national economic dialogue. One is giving birth to this budget. It is also going to give birth to the 24-hour economy. Now 24-hour economy nana enye policy bia obestumi akase we rolling and any chine ya debi na 24-hour economy entumi economize because we said the light no ya no a untumi passes our policy no money and starting nya adwuma impossible because the way akani an kono no any 24 hours no company wakoto mfidi odi twa kraba time ben no betwa kraba na adwapa no there be onya sabre no and some no dos papa but na me tia allocations you know local government budget no on my allocations no and ma school kwada parts na ombe chiche sanitary parts me tie ho na at least me tie ho no na meniaje because me kai one village be in the northern region sebo so many so say mani bi ho a omo go school meanwhile we are advocating say educate a girl child na bosomi aso na ontumi go school onko tena school dem nsua de amon say no short to say na hadwene papa timete allocation on sanitary parts no honestly speaking na meniaje papa na se say menyantie so osan ka say menyantie so say is a local friends district assembly common fund disburse straight into the assembly so the assembly can also use the money to foster development in the district near the yet said your my a school feeding is say no omo allocate can direct to the headmasters said the headmasters and so be to me this can to new and who may try bet you 14 tomatoes was be chepa ana kwakumwa. All right, okay.
Dr. Kasam do so ntia onim. Enye no say the crown we mami. Why? Na adwa.
Ye OPM na ni enhase.
Oh, OPM ye e friend say. Adwa ni. Facebook no die chi wo hono. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. OTEC 102.9 FM. So TEC 102.9 FM. So busia na diet nasian komoboy wons what to be at the tree. But we also like no like we also subscribe so not subscribe na bibia koyi. Come on. Na ye nim nyina edika so bo afa adwan ko. Obobo de nsu ya na afa kata kase.
Abusia samba ba da bi bia wo bia no asam no sade tie no wo de ba wo mbeka e de yi ato ye dia mawo. Eya busia awade nsase sade asam ni tie bia. Nana akrobia sante wone na pamfo wone mtena sia won de yie betu ye dia mawo enti babia wo bia betumi afo no mahoma no ne wone nkasa wabemu aba na waba be hia mpanyimfo na wone medi asem na chida bia mekasa nyensem nyina da na ate wafidie so ebi wo ha fitiem ne aka ne atwa so tententententem ahoma ne 0536222554 0536222554 wunya fra producer befa ne ha obia wanya brane adagye ama no ne wadi hu nkomo afen ye ba wuram fotosanfo ne owura to force ne bag no sade no okura mu gently no na se ne niama wo mu pa wodina simpie so nsemu bi ode to dwa na busuan ye bobo so ede ama wi doctor ato force ne de ato dwa se 2023-2024 crop season no cocoa board and to me and meet sa omo target na nke wo se wo produce no tons of cocoa no mo hwe ni mo se eja amamre muo na nke wo so wo ye contract asem ne ye ken 2023-2024 cocoa board and to me meeting no chasa wo mo record $840 million we revenue losses kasam ne ye ken e ka bem cocoa board fo nko ade ni enti doctor to force and ato dwase tons of cocoa na mo hwe anim 330,000 tons ana na mo hwe anim asankaja 2023-2024 crop season no ka cocoa board benya contract ya da wona so ewiase wona manya nti eka da chire no and what they ato dwase $840 million wenya Ghana cedis ya eno eye ensem bia ora ato force na enne what they atu edwa na budget no emu ensem no ora ato force na de ato dwa wo kire mu se yasis kan yo mayimu na aban no so ni skadia na hu behia se aban de wodie no wo betwetwetwetwa so ebi anka aban beye we ya de yade yesika beye no ye spend no wo si ya ne short sam ye beye sika ne betumi de ya de foforo na wo man no ye ho ankwanko ka adwam enti ode adwudwa sa aban na ye krado sa government spending yesika na fie ya nhye sa ye twetwa so na ye nyina da ye ho atumi atoye gross domestic products ora to forsen ade ababetu dwa ya wo kire mu ese ye hwe ni mo say 4.4% by the end of 2025 no na ya GDP no ba bia ahuri na akwakoduro eno eye ensemu bia sika famu owura atofo sen enem wɔde ɛto edwa ɛwɔ ahase wei ɛne nsɛm bi a ɛnɛ wɔgyina simpie so yɛsi kasam no baabi akɔ akɔduro ne ho amanebɔ watumi akenkane ɛde ama yɛn
na Dr. Kashi ɛtoa so wɔ ha no
ye
na aka bibi
mehwɛ bag na ɔde kɔ parliament na
brown
bisa
bag
sɛ
no
this particular brown bag
obi ato bia na ba ko na bom yusuo
ɔsi made in Ghana ha ya
ɔsi made in Ghana
oboni pa bɛ yɛ didi kura
wow wow
na raise her kra
but say we no the call
I went what they call it
bag we no the call this or that particular brown bag your budget thing na ya na share brown bag mu na
say sika envelope kanya envelope dey discussion get one dey share white envelope mu I can see any dey share brown
but this particular bag okay
Skaka see via she Brian Vrip
but na finance minister dada no no share white
share
white oba ne bible quotation kra no ba no pay man take bible quotation
na skaka say ko skaka me
bible sam because am say sika ho nyansa nyina o kire konkro
oh yes sanity tro na ka kire so bo wi aso de nim de nyansa hihye wi ase is all da ho kom de ne di ba yire ne ya be se wi che na fe na bo mpa se
konkro no so na san ka say obesan wani mfifire so ansa or say by the sweat of your brow you shall eat na baggy I want say where the boys ni yankan because I normally na bag no say no fast ni akọ back shop ni check price I say we no
so no address we here Ghana here locally made
into price in yama
ni bon ho for me ba kura be ho for
oni mi ente because bag we ni toy be pese mi hu say fa pp mu ensem na toy a
say be on one to na
procurement no
ana
cause
aban on one to
na black one
no for na black
be do be na need the nokta brown bag and so it's the same designers necessary all right okay
what the green bag they call present here this is jigu here
all right yeah say kasem no wa bobo so
I feel na me ba bobo e had ye so
cause na me pese e abolished taxes ni
me ba ene me ja no ama na me ensam doso
ejako
fee once be
all right ejako
very important I say
ene ejako hold on ansam ma enhwe the crowd ho
yeah the tax no be ma abolish tax no the ejama
da mi so me jama fa na we krata no so the crowd na
the tie nie area ba ko a finance minister boss or ya by Ghana for bibo say in the area of social protection now social protection no wa ba man ye say leap one that's what 350,000 on me page mark of 400,000 beneficiaries yes ika amode to no 953.5 million Ghana cedis ene ba ko a oka ho asem ebio wasanso de asudwa say National Health Insurance Authority bi mo ye ombeye ade friend the capping na on capping na so hwe sika be wuremu no we je record be 10 billion cedis a eno be boa pa claims payment ombe tua afi vaccines ahodo ene enura ahodo ya also manfo enya under National Health Insurance no wonum ensa kan eno ye ba kwa finance minister ede etu dwa na yakwe nanim no District Assembly Common Fund your kind also much as 7.5 million Ghana cedis na to no na sa shike which remu akane na mu 50% na various assemblies they say 80% straight to assemblies no say be boa ma enwuma ahodo akoso eno obo ho amane
this time round na ade ba ko a omoka straight no say first na straight because one thing I know is say Ministry of Local Government allocate Scanoa Sikano ekokoto commercial bank na omakwa yi eho no ma na MP's common fund nso kokoto nti MP's common fund and this is assembly common fund nyina kopie fako but with different account name and numbers nti eno no direct no kan na me na eho no ebiti ma adwen kakra begodo de o kan direct no oti eche wadwe be o sesika no e hye envelope ne de ko hye assembly coordinator nsem direct ana se MFO ana DFO nsem direct but yenim set tititi nyina scan kokoto commercial bank account mu na omokwa koyi including the MP's common fund nyina kopie ewo bank onum no omokwa koyi MP's common fund no kra beto accounts no mu a nana according to law emrada ho
oh yeah
so untumi sorry keke se okwa MP keke ntu okwa
omfanya ni bebi omunya no na mo nyina to adwen now other sikabia finance minister boss so he say free SHS also omanya dedicated funding edema free SHS na get fund no say omo ba on cap get fund What get fund here 2.5% of VAT.
And that's so the on cap in there, on cap paper.
And now the get fund. Now the tier say use can no more percentage say get fancy card but then you need to get funding no more percentage be the get funding now they are coming to other developmental projects
okay
but when you almost say omo upon one says can be bia o my year market for get fund ni na e get funding it was here fee no sika o twa to for free SHS fund 3.5 billion Ghana cedis
wow
or say my on capital go best additional 4.1 billion Ghana cedis about other educational funding yeah and no sika
or science within the education sector now so or science see mu exercise books kura the bema emofra no a ewo lower primary no in fact o chichechiche mu books o the bema wo mu
4.1 billion cedis ni umbeto to books ni saa niema no
that's right
enti addition for over 500 million no benya textbooks addition for 500 million benya chese obobo bebre so KG for no 2.8 million KG students and the benya textbook and 800,000 primary textbooks so beko and osan boy say over SHS so textbooks ahodo so wunya nyina no ni no my allocation na husika eda hono and osan so ball nursing training allowance and teacher training allowance 203 million Ghana cedis allocated for teacher training allowance and 480 million Ghana cedis for nursing training allowance you know by really ntwa alawa ne mu so twesika to no mu a de ba baye alawa no
osambo so my confidence no say upon that amwa beneficiaries of the DDEP ni nyina no sika edaho from now to August 2025 yi or make sure allocations ni nyina bibia anka budget ne de
o krata so dia
emu de
ni ho fe
eka ba ko
na ka se be test years ad na da
eka ba ko pe 24 hour economy no
eno de so me ho hye
eno na ye be twe omomom de abantentem because though ye betumi aka say the first 120 days promise ne de at least otumi afofeli ewadiso na akadiaka because anope na ma for train 24 hour economy no eno penny ade aka
asande ba kon so abama school for more fry school feeding no so 1.78 billion Ghana cedis no so hwemu a o check Canadian na ha munchi mu aduasa miensa na beto so se kan na 1 to 50 pesos
is
also a pay to 2 cedis per student
me wo eno so e
wo so abo ho amane
and say my friend be didi peche
capitation grant and also no say what 145.5 million cedis and at the actual for capitation grant next and so we can no chemo how much chemo adioso miensa na echiri pon 73.4% increment no the account no a chechira for kan na munye scan CSC mu school mu fanye nyema hodo bi title basic schools no o check capitation grant na so no wa page mu a budget ne Dr. Cash e hon some discuss no the door so papa
o kasafa sports development enra before ade be chinne minya opportunity every highlight of the budget minya free baby and I'm the many shame kakra because said okay say school feeding grant to increase by 33% per child from 1 cedi 50 pesos to 2 cedis emuha so highlight na me kan no sanka say significant budgetary allocation made to agriculture sector na so otakel nene and a significant allocation made to support sports development ni nyina ewo budget no emu anti budget no de anka akadiaka
ba ko one chimama antia say stabilizing the city no
kan
na say allocated 10 billion cities for the big push program and be aim at stabilizing city no pay nyum be but one chima the crop pot say we ba city ni safe ani san komodie no a the phone wo ho pa
even within the budget
clear the direction
within the budget insight say measures to stabilize CD to be announced and highlight na me kan
yeah
and we understand no see so na went to me and
the crop pot so say omubenya buffer be dey push CD no
because
omubeye dey
nti ama adwadifo a omonioma efa pot eba no awieme ba me nipa ba ko mienu miensa bi din komo because onyam fa measures na meto nti onim say am hihie kakra o se okona okoyi ugus ene nana now started process no yen fan say na dollar no e 15 cedis na o started process ne na wanwie na uti anye yi na anwumre be 8 9 anadwi ye $2 ni ma ukwa no pa o to aso free ho it will affect you
na scan ba be ka ho
enti eno ene ade ba ko a omo twɛn na budget we na ade a me hu wo mu no say it was an act of balancing omo de balance ni o ma
balance say dum no mo ye no phone ya okwa ma o dia ko balance foforo
ene budget omo de ba ye no omo de balance ni o ma sa na me hu
ba ko so a mani gie ho pa wo say omo ba chiche sanitary pad e dia ma a school for nkwala
said them di kan no
and so who sika omo twa to 292.4 million Ghana cedis
sky be here no
school for nkwala
but still me nyante me ho ase revenue losses taxes na wotwetwa mu no kwan ya fa so a ye recoup no still me nyante me ho ase I'm yet to read me say me san read holy bio still me nyante me ho ase because looking at 7.6 billion Ghana cedis every year 7.6 billion cedis say akabronya san bako miensa akabronya bako miensa into 7.3 billion cedis times 3 ye be hwere sasika we e wa bra menyante ase kwan be fa so e be recoup sika no so mesan ko back to the budget afi na we read awie mesan ko akokinkan biem na eto de den say o say ya ye friend din komo a ye be friend na we yi anu ama yen
okay
because also chire ni o ma bi kwan e be fa so a e be recoup 7.6 billion that is the rough estimate every year e o say ye pe kwan ye ti ase yi how we will recoup that 7.6 billion every year eno so eka enkomo no se eno ano
na sana no we ye call back to memory lane various budgets ahodo a om de ba ni din ahodo bi om de to so 2017 ya sempa budget and odi brand bag coin ke bread yan ke brand blade and 2018 eye adwuma budget 2019 kompuntuo budget 2020 and that so budget now 2020 almost say enkoso na nkabomu budget 2022 ajenkwa budget 2023 nkunim budget and afi die no budget ye ko ye die we resetting budget ana because we tell no kan sa so me ba so be resetting na ho no na nwom no so mu ayi dom kase no to nwom bi Oka obeyo, oka obeye, mama ye, oka obeye. Never kon so asom, odi dum so na bo, 24-hour economy nkanya na dum.
We
madani musicians.
We kini kwe.
Oh, Dr. Cash.
Yeah.
International key na say o person.
Ah, you international key we are quick key.
But your original voice no form body the change no. E di kwa so parliament here no. Ah, me hu say me Adams so. The kwa hu ntini oni central for kasa den.
Enya better cry.
Former finance minister. The kwa ko tie di obe kana afi.
All right. Ejako yenhwe ye taxes na abolish so far. Okay, I'll say emission levy on industries and vehicles abolished. And has been abolished by the finance minister. And at 1% e-levy, so omo ye free ho. Inti car to wusi ni ade kaneno. Said ya nanke OGR reform mamuno. Omo ye nyanyi bio. Oh, kwawachi aya nyabutre. Oh, kwai. Inti emission levy on industries and vehicles. O ye free ho. Na yen kra nimpo se e OGR for books until say atoforsen ba interview yebeto aba no e no ka kire ne se o da bi parliament has not approved no say onim dia woka nti se be ya yenko GR for page so ne yenko ade se na ate books no mo ampani ampa yekohwe GR for books yesi afimo ne omo mba gigi items na emission levy kokoto se hye mfimfin obabi and also krana nka levy no so nya bad die because to the be odika bi achi usie bi eba no wan ka san ha ye mechew okay yen to aso yen call the next one and almighty e-levy no de said md kan na ka men kwan kan nwumre ya mo 6 nanka omo yi afri ho e ho na me se me de mo numbers be try say omo yi afri ho no a enti me bomb price by 6 na call then I'll try with your numbers and find out say
yeah can try me there no
say omo ye free ho ampa na o sani 100 omo te san 11 no
no
so sani 100 na free on
da bi o
Minim say telco charge na dia na e 1 cedi.
Ni o de send 100 cc an yehwe cedi e bisia.
Onikum. 1% e-levy no. Say finance minister me atia say omo abolish it. Ama for bose ejakoto aso. And 1.5% withholding tax on winning from unprocessed gold by small-scale miners and also abolished. Hey, gold free. Some quite on business no kakra omo. Okay, and also we year free or etwa eda gold so a na small-scale miners no e dey call unprocessed no and also year free so. Ejakoto aso. And almighty Eugene mo akache.
And Eugene ba bose wa form ho no.
Me ba kwa ni je bi odi ahia me no. E ka so be bam me keke.
Say na betting tax no.
10% betting tax. And also omoyi afri ho. Omo abolish. Omoyi 10% betting tax no afri ho. Nti say utwa bet no na udi a. Obi anye wo hwe. Straight away.
Na ko jusika.
Nti say boys e okrom. Ha, yesrom. Momu ni echire say 10% ye front say there on be kwakofa onim red there be omo adwun ko sika no so on fa sika nya bibi papa ai be bom ni padua
onim red ya kan ye onim say mighty minority
minim dia mate intina make say 10% ye free ho mom on fa sika nya bibi papa momu fa nko ye onim red
na onim so bra o mo kinkan budget na no bi da o MP ya na man for us one so nko adwuma minim se bia na adwo no ye adwuma bi dia but no order seniors wanya video na dey fatuna tiefo mehwe buai tiefo mehwe woni ahu na ye MP a o ya na obusa de ntia na order sa o so hin MP sa eh tena baba ni si tonko a chiro he no aka ni tia to ne kon
ma me wo fa
owen
obeba
oh
what's that what ya fanyu marking say cheap and bro mo kin kan
former foreign affairs minister
deputy
deputy minister
onu ala
hey
e kwa de no ato ne kon kura
oh onai
what da
oh hwe wiem
what da
on so ma sesa ceiling
Debbie odai
no order
what da
onya akọ na nsa na ni obenya akọ onya akọ ansa na ni tie
obi na friend say be ma
ye wo da TV ni so da
be ma wo da TV ni so e di sorry
honorable amprachum
mampo MP
order na wada
oh ene odai so maybe into odai
ana no bomb fire ma mighty minority
Debbie ye du ya afenyo mighty minority gina ho kasa yi wada o
so e na o meditating so
na making
na meditation oh Debbie ka
he tie na ni ayeko che
wada che yansa na obi prompting no e kwa achiri
na mo na bese mo ya se
na mo ma bi mampo kakra bi
na nipa no nya so wa che dada eh Debbie ha dia ya
e fe de waja tumse no wada
onai aha ni otonko wonai
obi tonko
na so minai
madukum so mintimi na
mampo MP ene wadai
oh
obi afenyo eni abra wo tutu potholes a e wo budget mu wada wa afenyo achi sa camera for no so se de om de ato ne so ani
oh sir
when we are now for those of you agree with this statement say yeah but you know who be open and zako
radia see akweda no wada
mighty minority mu kura mo no samo se akoda
omo mo do so kura ni atete
fa na wanya ne ye no adwuma
oh yes say no was fadai
da no wada so
wo fa wo so wada to ni
na say and this is for the ready budget yo ti wani na budget yin ni
e bia na wa bre
na say no de ho e bre de ho
ya heard that angle adwa MP for me bu a me ka say na adwo nkrata ne ade a o hwe mu ansa na oba
no e bre ho
bia wantimi anna so ebi kura no pay so kura no kodun kan o madwa na din so on tina dia na mum
ya sra mo be ba tali so a mam na why ya sra mo 1 hour 40 minutes na kia kan wi esa no isi away the world trend wo Facebook ne so na enye
esa e pass nyumi honorable hwibo ntwantwi ye hu no TV so no wada
ene na say every miss ne dia man
na obrafo
okay obrafo
eno kwa na
every miss the man
onya e mo manuel
ene boma wo fa ka he fa to ase
anyom ne tate na me pa me nkai
Nyantitie pa.
Yeah.
MP way. That's why I get you. Yenye betibia. Eva moya meya.
Madam Ase, why? Madam Ase, baby, I'm dear Drunie, na where the MP da? There be him. Madam Ase, why? Madam Ase, baby. And what that would TV some be a sham or be a fret Patrick Boamas who no one's. Oh, what's wrong are you?
Entertainment.
On OTEC 102.9. And in House of Parliament, you say a House of Records. And as demanded by the from the Constitution, and now within the frames of the Constitution, you know, the Finance Minister Honorable to forcing at the a year budget, no. Abre Ghana mine. Ain't it yebeti accept kakra from the House of Parliament? Ewo abra na yera to forcing any Ghana edi enkomono. Isi Mahmoud Kabore babe kaye ho ewo ha oye dean Emma Ashanti Regional Constituency Communication Officers. Na CPP Alhaji Abdul Salam Isha Bebaha. Dr. Aaron Kumar Senior Lecturer wa Piaminka University Ubeteninka Ewaha. To me and San Kwai and as we look and I dwell deep into the 2025 budget expectations no near dia. The taxes are ya abolish any allocations are our budget nim sika ya de bebo ye ho akohoma ni nyina ye bedi ho enkomo ene quickly yenko na yentie eye yewura to forcing ne nsem no ebi ewa ha.
Right Honorable Speaker, in conclusion, Mr. Speaker, in conclusion, Mr. Speaker, the state of the economy as I have presented does not reflect an economy that has turned the corner. It reflects an economy in severe distress, burdened with debt repayment harms, mismanagement, and lack of accountability. The budget sets Ghana on a path of fiscal responsibility, debt sustainability, macroeconomic stability, and job creation. It is about resetting the economy and restoring hope. Ghanaians reaffirmed their faith in a better future when they actively participated in the National Economic Dialogue on the 3rd and 4th of March 2025. Right, Honorable Speaker, we have also allocated 51.3 million Ghana cedis as seed fund for the establishment of the Women's Development Bank. Mr. Speaker, we have also allocated 300 million Ghana cedis to the National Apprenticeship Program. Mr. Speaker, I repeat, we have also allocated an amount of 300 million Ghana cedis to the National Apprenticeship Program. Right, Honorable Speaker, we have also allocated an amount of 100 million Ghana cedis to the Edumura Program. Mr. Speaker, an amount of 100 million Ghana cedis has been allocated to the National Codes Program. Mr. Speaker, another amount of 100 million Ghana cedis has been allocated for the payment of monthly allowance to all assembly members. Speaker, the overarching concern about free secondary education has been its quality and the absence of dedicated sources of financing. His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama has resolved it. Mr. Speaker, let me take this again. The overarching concern about free secondary education has been its quality and the absence of a dedicated sources of funding. His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama has resolved the funding challenges by uncapping the GET fund. Mr. Speaker, This makes available dedicated funding for full financing of free senior secondary school education and free tertiary education for persons with disability. Mr. Speaker, therefore, Capping and Realignment Act will be amended to uncap the Ghana Education Trust Fund. Mr. Speaker, this year, the budget for free senior secondary school education program is 3.5 billion Ghana cedis. By uncapping the GET fund, we will be making available an additional 4.1 billion Ghana cedis, specifically for financing free secondary education program and other. Demand for construction and improvement of road infrastructure continues to increase, even as substantial arrests and claims in the road sector remains. Right, Honorable Speaker, while the annual average collection from road tolls have not been significant compared to its potential, the existing zero-rated policy for road tolls has increased the situation and dimmed the prospect of raising enough revenue from tolls to road construction and maintenance. Accordingly, government will work with the stakeholders, including the private sector, to roll out a technology-driven solution to reintroduce road tolls this year as part of the big push. Right, Honorable Speaker, we will also strengthen the legal and regulatory regime for non-tax revenue and enforce the framework to improve service delivery. This will be achieved through the introduction of an overarching non-tax revenue legislation, amendment of existing relevant laws, and the development of a national non-tax revenue strategy and policy. Despite our commitment to increase the non-oil tax revenue by 0.6%, we have programmed the following nuisance taxes for removal in line with our manifesto promise. Mr. Speaker, we will abolish the 10% withholding tax on winning from lottery, otherwise known as the betting tax. Mr. Speaker, we will abolish the electronic transfer levy, e-levy, of 1%. Mr. Speaker, we will abolish the 10% withholding tax on betting. We will abolish the electronic transfer levy, e-levy, of 1%. We will abolish the emission levy, otherwise as a Wusie tax. We will abolish the VAT on motor vehicle insurance policy. Mr. Speaker, we will abolish the 1.5% withholding tax on unprocessed gold by small-scale miners. Mr. Speaker, an amount of 499.8 million Ghana cedis has been allocated for the non-academic fee policy for all first-year students in public tertiary institutions under the no-fee stress initiatives. Mr. Speaker, we have allocated an amount of 292.4 million Ghana cedis to commence the distribution of free sanitary pads to female students in primary and secondary schools. Mr. Speaker, we have also allocated an amount of 7.5 billion Ghana cedis to the District Assembly Common Fund. In accordance with our decentralization policy, we propose to Parliament that a minimum of 80% of the funds allocated to the District Assembly Common Fund should be sent directly to the district assemblies to spur economic growth and at the district level to deepen decentralization. Right, Honorable Speaker, I repeat, we have allocated an amount of 7.5 billion Ghana cedis to the district assemblies common fund. Mr. Speaker, in accordance with our decentralization policy and objective, we propose to Parliament that a minimum of 80% of the funds should be sent directly to the district assemblies to spur economic growth at the district level and deepen decentralization.
OTEC FM 102.9.
Don't touch that dial.
Hey, Opani. Mashusha wache. Se perfect series books here. Oma me koto obi ma me ma no. O wajajai. Abua wa mo se. Se wo to make kan kama. Wa kabrofo. Na nkontabu okra de. Ejajai.
Wonderful. Mese Ghana for GAJ perfect series. Atumo no de. Jai. No de animdifo. Ene twe wa nwoma bia. Owo crèche, nursery, any KG. Books bia bi. Ene owo science. Creative arts, maths, RME, history, coloring, computing, OWAP, nina. Every basic 1, equals basic 6. English, every basic 1, equals junior high school. Ne ban combine soa, or nina bi. English nom, and maths nom, me say. Books be anywhere. Perfect series, any B, na GS, any NACA, and so I'm a prover into a batter pian kotobi maneba.
Hey, and that's already so could be crab to me. I could chew akoton. How many students?
Na, and look what table one say she almost has a mock exams, terminal exams, and a midterm exams at the master school. A here one more at to phone call put to a station and crying down so mine. First up, and your mom by beer, your tonto books beer from 0243 299938 and a 0540 755 465. Perfect series.
Your worst future is secured.
Order 4. Mami Misa was sembio. The Baina Ope Bresse. Ukoisho unipadua mu sede unipadua na kwa na hoodin sitie obrabo osa cholesterol anasa de dodo ewo mu o blood group o genotype so ye AA AS ana SC sabre may comfort by Grace Medical Center the amount say enhwemu bia bramye nchen ma ye nhwema ka cry de kwa de bampo ebra no ye de coffee tem kwese bibia de ye na ye nipadua ye de ne kode ne ba bomoti ase obehwehwemu ententem na bibi siewu a ye hu ne ntem ye timi aso ano by Grace Medical Center ewo Kumasi Breman DVL ne nchen pe osekwadwo area wa bibia ni amienkasa 0244 97 68 05 bio 0244 97 68 05.
Opese ukwa brochire kwa yedwuma ana ukosua de emfo ani nkire babia esanse Yojima Travel and Consult abama se wo bebo wa mo akontuo ho nhihye ye beye fofofo Yojima Travel and Consult ma akontuo ye simple kra esanse wo kanyumaku akukudamwe wo mayi mu adi amanfo tu kwan no ho enanu ya Ghana Tourism Authority abo na yabaso se 2024 best traveling agency in Ashanti region enam wo modern bonti Yojima Travel and Consult Edin Kwada wo bo homodin pa wadisuam nansu sikasemunti watifie toto no akọ Canada brechimemu a wo koto wa adisua so enti se wo pese wo kọ Canada UK USA ana Asian country bia so no Yojima Travel and Consult bayen krata sem nyina ma say your visa passport birth cert hotel any flight reservation obeyen nyina kama ma bra Yojima Travel and Consult eneya na yemfiri wa kwantuo krata sem no ho hyehyɛ ma obenwu Yojima Travel and Consult wo Kumasi North Central so ena Obuasi Zongo Yak Towers ana wo be frɛ 0552 098 298 Yojima Travel and Consult wa kwantuo mu boafo
Ewra me pacho bra na me hwa de wo bag ni
bra aden ena so biem
tam heba me hye ya me ka se yi ba akun ani wayi me yensen
bra sanya tam heba me hya esia gyemi ni me fiefo enya de abaako ebeso yen
we de udi se ofa ni nyina
time heba me hya me ka se me di wa dance ya heaven ena de mekwa akopie enti se malaria we draw ne time heba mixture
enya enu nku o de nanum ato a wontimi anidie no time heba mixture duro no ena ye ma o oba a wafa afuro de o ma akwada no fo ene akwada woni mfie dumienu entimi num aduro yi bi
se obeto aduro yi bi anoma hwe se wakọ hospital ana se lab amaye hu se wo a 3-day malaria
malaria yi bi ansa sɛ wopɛ tam herbal mixture enuro dodoɔ etu a fo ani kyerɛ KNG Herbal Center ewo Emrom Abidjan House ana baako so wɔ Atonsu Monaco Junction
ɛno akyi wobɛnya bi atɔ wɔ over the counter medicine sellers ɛne herbal shop dodoɔ na emu
frɛ 0244 417669
Kayo set time no time herbal mixture afi malaria fever bi adani ziba ewo mu no betu akọ
FDA agi adwadie nkratoɔ yi atum.
Upgrades are nice, but stepping up is woohoo! Because when you upgrade with GoTV, we'll step you up to the next package. Upgrade today to get more than more with Step Up, where if you're on GoTV Plus and upgrade to GoTV Max, you'll get even more with GoTV Super. Get big value, get big entertainment, get stepped up to even more with GoTV. Upgrade today on the My GoTV app or visit GoTVAfrica.com. Terms and conditions apply. Offer ends 31 March 2025.
Dwabrem. Mr. Speaker, the overarching concern about free secondary education has been its quality and the absence of dedicated sources of financing. His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama has resolved it. Mr. Speaker, let me take this again. The overarching concern about free secondary education has been its quality and the absence of a dedicated sources of funding. His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama has resolved the funding challenges by uncapping the GET fund. Mr. Speaker, this makes available dedicated funding for full financing of free senior secondary school education and free tertiary education for persons with disability. Mr. Speaker, therefore, Capping and Realignment Act will be amended to uncap the Ghana Education Trust Fund. Mr. Speaker, this year, the budget for free senior secondary school education program is 3.5 billion Ghana cedis. By uncapping the GET fund, we will be making available an additional 4.1 billion Ghana cedis specifically for financing free secondary education program and other.
OTEC 102.9 FM, the pride of Ashanti.
Dwabrem. On OTEC 102.9, Dwabrem Jumadi Yesuni. Alaji.
Cash.
Amakwaba.
Yeah, Cash.
Very good. And I'm pumped to saying.
Alhamdulillah, I'm here.
Yeah, the body I see. Oh yeah. Ejebo. And government am I in the first budget? Yetie emunsem bebre. Abolition of taxes ni ade ni nyina yetie. Na minim se utie budget nkakra de.
Oh, mitie.
Wow. Yeah. All right. And Rana, it was expectation, but the budget reading so far.
Cash. Memincha. Sorry. What's here for you, Nana? Mincha, me party must be before na Cash. Budget. In summary, no. Idea a friend say, you baby share, Sikaya Benya, Scapesenia, a female in Emu, maybe a person spend in the same year. So it's about your revenue mobilization against your expenditure to extend the bagas of appropriation. Says Skaway, Quackway. That's what budget is all about. So budget man with a clear picture of how the economy will be within that year. But most of the time, as an Pacabasha, will lay for nation who say, dear, or better any, and based on that, and I don't so a deco. This OT now, or just talk about the depth of a 2 year. I can't some be and son or says almost in the person may. Now, oh, yeah, budget also consider our economy as of their budget.
Yeah.
Or might be no economy a guiding. If your economy good to standard or trade balance a positive, it's a export driven economy. Ukruno produce never say China money that dinner. Or budget in a different. Wow, also import driven economy just say they all rely on they say we never be very scared taxation no. Also economy different. So share your budget a tire pan. No kruma. A budget a import driven economy budget. The level of things are about taxations. Abandon look at taxations. Maybe taxations. And your memo hano, a dear a soymu a tax. Now problem I want to say, cash. Your tax, you know, I have two types of taxations. Baku a friend with direct tax, and a baku friend indirect
tax.
Direct tax a taxa, o tax will be a want to be fund to be so. Which way is a tax from your salary, out to fund to be so. Now indirect tax a tax company now, or to make media to obiso. Now, on my be honest, so per se, or crum no grow wella. Also, idea friend, or develop idea friend, taxable economy. Economy activate taxes kafrim. Whether direct or indirect tax, that economy should be taxable. But also, yeah, Ghana ha. Your taxable economy, no, 41% of conform helping our GDP, no, contribute 86% of our taxes.
Come again.
41% out of your tax economy, no, 41% of because of the Mugure GDP, no, 41% of them, no, and 86% of our total tax.
Okay.
That means 59% or less than 60%. It almost 15% of our taxes. And this about tax here, tax in to kakra so 41% in quantity. And maybe a tax to Kotomuswa, na among so at Chelguya, among my services. And in the long run, cause different inflation. And so sustainable economy. Also, we are a different taxable economy. Economy, by 90% of conformal system, no, I mean, I bet my tax home. So, showing up, shop economy, no. Do one a micro sector, no micro sector are more, but therefore small scale business and that. It is also economy.
Buy and sell for.
Buy and sell for. It is also economy. Contribute to our GDP. They are also can see agriculture. Contribute better than 2%, but or only 1% of tax. Agriculture sector, to pay 1% of tax. Wholesale and retail, they pay 16% in our GDP contribution. They pay about 3.6% of tax. But over finance and insurance entities now, they contribute about 5%, you know. Almost tax on 23%. Why? Because they are formal. But transaction will be idea of formal sector. And most of the informal sector, no, in between and we have shortfalls. So since you idea for the budget deficit in 1 year. Budget your balanced budget, your budget deficit, and your surplus budget. In fact, surplus budget adding so bad this is Arab world and when I'm Canada also seeing them spending. But most of the world they surplus friends say deficit, budget deficit. Or be a budget be this is Sako Boru Eba. The last budget you borrow 42 billion. This time we are targeting about 43 billion. The same system now. But you see, what we are looking at to the situation I woman say, an economy grew by 5.7%. Economy it owns about 70-something% to GDP. Economy own about 721 billion. Economy by 2027 over service a friend say what do you call it? Or bond about 33%. 55% of your debt servicing will get ready or ready in 2027, 2028. Once the last year you debt servicing, this is actually to 1% another day. By 2027, you bet to about 55%. Means you have to raise more revenue to do debt servicing to this thing. That economy, no. And your economy, your property tax is good to go. Because you bring relief to the system. Property tax and go with the aims of also increase growth in the private sector. But along the line, you quantify ska or lose ska kitwa. The last time you know, Shameka say, so we levy, betting tax, COVID levy for 3 years here, you will lose 27 billion Ghana cedis. 27 billion Ghana cedis ska kitwa.
It's 7.6 annually.
And I say, check it. Divided by 3.
Divided by 3.
3. Multiply by 3. We got 27 billion. So.
Okay.
And this is the money. Untimi raise this money in 3 years. Whilst we are taking this off, untimi raise this money in 3 years. Now show the budget at your mama di buy.
Honana a na mene news for no din komo say metie finance minister no. Na ade ba ko a mehwe anim ne say upon scrapping those 4 taxes. Obama a simple way yebeti say on how to recoup
This money is bad.
This money is
bad. I'm say efficient revenue collections. One of the modalities I'm person apply.
And me share the budget insight in Enrano. From the little I read, Sana Mimi Huno. Into this time round, no, you see the finance minister no with a year the setup on your or year Jumani and say or target at the NSC revenue mobilization. So it's Enra, was it? Yeah, Enra Monday. Enra, then we are talking about widening of the tax net and revenue mobilization.
You see, cash.
Because yen to me for yen in two side year we saw Ghana Haman and Moyen.
Cash, let me say reality
subsequent years.
And any assam.
Yeah. Widening of the tax net and our revenue mobilization has been our major problem. Sanka to me about 80% of it Anka IMF Krason go boy abaso.
So cash, the attorney say. So we have such kind of policy. Now we are jettisoning all these taxes, losing all this revenue. Now we increase another expenditure on yourself. It means you have to balance it. And in balancing it, in a country like Ghana, we have a negative trade balance. The only do balance here borrowing. So this year, our target for friends, T billion, 200 billion Ghana cedis. That's what we are targeting. So me adumna abiding to me emitted a 55% to GDP agreement of IMF with by next 2 years. Then we open our bond market. Next I contribute because the system say Bobusia next spend that's what we are. That's the policy I know.
Then it means I was right.
No, that's the system we are doing.
Now me catch on the budget I'm and it was a budget of balancing.
No, that you see, all this that's what we've been doing in this country.
So
because we are.
But why would you try to say obe balance sheet na amayen? O balance sheet na we bie e pono ato. Said ye be ya ye betua be buru bia gum. All right, okay. Endu buru be buru gum to them.
Import driven economy. This are no no. Ka we country o produce a. Enka obetuma ka so me balance na ma increase revenue through production. But here then ntesa. So let me they make up say so we are the kind of reliefs because look, one of the things about is reversing back the decoupling of VAT. I say na MPP o matchim o VAT na free friends NHIL form. Now they say no must bringing it back. And the relief better companies, but we are losing revenue. They are taking out the flat rate of tax of VAT and also the relief better companies. But we lose revenue. But in the long run, government is anticipating say all these policies are what they ban. In the long run, no. My private sector I strong. No my idea for disposable income more. No more to my running. Ama economy now grow. A good policy. But the guarantee of it they say is 40% guarantee. Because we have a NDC government NDC and the most. Most person who grow private sector so we cry there. Mama tax waiver for companies for the next 3 years. So okay this policy. For company tie about 3 years, I was say, what they call bankrupt. No, general tax paying. We're not going to send it. So company ABC Limited, now going to kill SYZ Limited. Now, I'm back in Obejuma. It took your mama government to know this policy we can't continue again, and I'm reversing. So some of these reliefs are buying are good interventions. But the point is that once we are losing revenue, it is not guaranteed. Say companies will bring us money. Now, looking at the situation, you man, say Mr. Kacho say, His Excellency, throw away monies. Now he's bringing out extra costs of expenditure. One, government says to have 499.8 million Ghana cedis for free first year university. He's adding up over 4 billion from uncapping.
Apart from it being a campaign message, it's also a constitutional demand.
No, there's no constitutional demand. What he's doing for the university is not constitutional demand. I know the man when a person fulfill the promise.
Sir.
Yeah, it's not constitutional demand. He say, I buy also to school fees, man. And honest really? Honest or the baba. And two, because of our uncap the expenditure of a friends, what do you call them? Common fund, get fund, or bring extra 4 billion into the system to support the free SHS policy. Now, so between assemblyman 400 million. This year, let's assume say continue like that, and for 4 years, 400 million Ghana citizens for a big relief, the society. But the bottom line, the states now say look at what we are going to lose. After all these things, me who say man make a certain pronouncement where a better help the private sector to be stronger, because my private sector and all the reliefs, and they cannot stand because competitively they can't win. Cash. in international trade your dear friend competitive advantage and say idea wo betima produce more against your opponent ebi Ghana ha obi anum say Ghana there say ba cocoa pound match nti your competitive advantage over every country when it comes to cocoa production. So some of them say the likes of brown rice and other day we have competitive advantage over that.
Okay.
Nti on the central. So say yen say when say ka say be produce brown rice supply mo Burkina Faso a bit cheaper than Burkina Faso kasa be produce in his country. And then you say you see ensure this water ensure them enemy. So all can Africa take here. And you're more cheaper than they produce in Ghana. Exactly. Why? Because the production cost in Turkey, the advantage of mono, and very low at Ghana. So all this relief to private sector. Now want to be and control the influx of Turkish insure. This private sector will still not survive. Because the producers are more anybody here. Above the to take it na France Ghana they and they will lead to the company collapse. So once they doing all this intervention, I'm the police way in Abano. Let me feel say I'm the adibi beba in the form of restricting importation kakra. What you must say? Maybe I be to say insurance that the makers of for now there you better importation of quantum of insurance say a moon say be a certain idea import about the demand for dollar near too much, you know. So they better my balance your supply of dollars and then they maintain. But this worker say they are bringing policy over currency depreciation, no, a very strong kakra. Now that 24-hour economic policy now it will capture that. I'm just speculating. Right. My point is that per what I've heard and net from the budget, you know, who an intervention lead towards giving advantage of upper and private sector in terms of production. Say, they say
I'll just train the other policy.
Other policy, maybe 24-hour economic policy, but the man with there
because me and Kasambia maintain industrialization.
Yes, the man with there is like I buy the relief in Ghana for Ghana for Bussy, but Ghana for not looking about the losses you lose.
Say Bia, or no one him come before so
No. And just say, sure. One of the idea I'm okay from there. Then man can't we national dialogue. Say efficient revenue collection. When the same people, what shall I say? What say? Cocoa sector they cut at 7 billion. How come cocoa sector be cocoa ni idea ya kotonwa
but a can 32 billion.
Yeah, cocoa kwa ni idea ya kotonwa ya 100% retention. Skani na back.
Yeah, they ka.
Enso they ka. And the tonso sky the cocoa sector for no. It's not up to even 80% of the original price
of what we get.
So Edeka. It's because of the people and it's also effective revenue collection. Never the same people.
Eban sign a cocoa sector Edeka.
And then some share energy sector and now share electricity distribution sectors. No, I'm prepaid baby aba. And just say I know a month I was already by 2 billion. They come out to 1.5 billion, 500 million in a few. And the same people are there because efficient collection. This is a buying a minimize the interface. You know, now the ITB digitalization about more because I want to be
system. Why is a person digitize it route to
exactly? But of course, I
think say.
Of course, a receipt media. This is a very efficient collection, and I hope and pray say, and come back next year. You have a high care tax to go and balance the loss. But my prayers are that interventions are bound by a sustainability from certain source. And this about there. Ebabedum pepper so police we scan ya cancel scan ma because scan I was a debano source in so to my like I said the budget so far sound good. Give relief to Ghanaians, but there's a loss, a huge loss. So
you
are losing money.
Very good. You heard the Intiana say university there no a constitutional demand because Article 25 a whole and a progressively free a one because over 25 clause 1 say all persons shall have the right to equal educational opportunities and facilities and with a view of achieving the full realization of that right. A, also basic education shall be free, compulsory and available to all. B, secondary education in its different forms, including technical and vocational education, shall be made generally available and accessible to all by every appropriate means, and in particular by the progressive introduction of free education. C, or say higher education. Higher education shall be made equally accessible to all on basis of capacity, by every appropriate means, and in particular by progressive introduction of free education. In terms of the tertiary, no.
So, but
constitutional demand.
Where is that in your free? What is doing? What kind of free education? It is the whole progressive.
Progressive.
No, the Jama is only paying for the tuition fee.
Progressive.
So we are talking about progressive.
It's an act of progressiveness.
Okay, we'll say.
A constitutional
unknown approach. That's not the constitution.
Or the firm
because
it was just like
constitutional demand.
Was a constitutional
demand there. So go by the constitution there. It can be complete.
At the end, say progressive.
No. It's not progressive. How do you do progressive free? Progressive is like a crack. But I don't know say, oh, to have a jahafu. Anything say, oh, to have a jahafu. My point is that, sir, we are the progressive. It means, say, oh, my all. We are first year for one, second year for me. I'm on Ghana education.
That be progressive.
When your mama brought progressive free in SHSC, or yeah, first, second, third year free. Except that boarding, boarders, day student, but one
student
for all the 3 years. That is my argument. As for boarders, no one count.
And even when the former administration started free SHS, one started Form 1, Form 2, Form 3, or the Form 1 one started. Have you forgotten?
That is not part of the progressive free. Also, only the progressive free now you.
No,
that's why the people told us. I'm saying progressive free now. When
the constitution was spelling it out.
When the constitution is saying, and the second international from Rollins time. And yeah, DP policy who now implementing a criminal wajai. He's talking about first accessibility. And look at way. Look at primary schools are among them now. Omuninam former Omusu Akunya Eco School. And anyway. Because it is what we are doing, we are jumping the guns. I'm not for Jai Koye baby, I'm not vote. So if you are going to go by the constitution, they already in the preamble talk about access, equal access to irrigation, and the primary school is equal access.
What is the hindrance in the primary school?
Hindrance school I told you to school
because of the facility.
So the law progressive. I'm telling you, the
politicians,
they are still to win votes, and they target their electorate. And yeah, said I'm only foundation. That's what I'm trying to say.
All right, Matthias here, Mahmoud.
Oh, the Asempa na book,
boy.
Asempa na book. Openi, yeah. And never said, "Oh, mammy, a quenya na Ghana for you now, but take if you kiss him ha." Na ya to dana say. Where the dana say, da JMO I say, every say, oh yeah, na do yeah, da so dana say, da NDC abaya say, hey, oh, ene pana, mani ajisa mi ye Ghana ni. Ene pana makuma tom yem se me yem mabuno ene pana aba me ko sala tuma John Dramani mama be president no mahunu so mfaso pa ene pana mate asem a empenifo kan ye ase se bia so se bia kronto wo ye papa edawani mutwen papa kakraka Ghana vo nyina sala koto aba Edi John Dramani mama ni NDC aban no enne na Ghana fo nyina asase edi esomfaso nsiranka urade yesi de we anim ne doso de akai yesra urade se yokodro honhom Solomon nyansa na papa no emra aka no onfa nsum ye na Ghana fo nyina emfa won tuma pamfra enne ohwa atade ye hyem ya eye mixed feeling tuntum wom ena fita wom na tuntum wom nyina ya werehwo kakraka se suswan ekowia ne ehunu ba bia ensoto wia ne ehunu ba bia suswan de bode hunu ko jampa se na no mampani mama ba parliament Dr. Kashie no ka se abo aponchireni wu ne ehunu ne tenten no enne na Matthias ye pa. Indeed, when the president came to parliament oba mrasebedwom no ma state of the nation no ono de oye say he will not lament too much. He will go straight to predict and now prefer solutions of his ebetimaboa. But finance minister there, Emrano said, "You must report in total the state of the economy.
said the obeto no ansa na wagina so na wode wo hyehyɛ ya wode kɔpɛ sika ene hawa sika no wunya ubedi no ene mfasode ye de bebrega fo. And in listening to your finance minister na all presented the state of affairs said the obeto no kure na akoye nisuo na akoye handkerchief ene ahyase ne na handkerchief asoto omrache bedwam onipa bebre wure hoye a wo msam nisuo sa ye nimu da se amaga na no ankrofo bi be ka kire yen se 122 billion national debt e ka o man no de wo munti bi da na nnesa aka no Dr. Cash atimia kukuru akwa akotwere 721 billion Ghana no ananu 2016 ye kwa abato a ye de calculator to paper so ye che ye ka akwara na ya wo no sa da no kra ye che bi ma no na wo bia de ka somewhat 3000 Ghana 30 million and na ye che Ghana ka Dr. Cash wuti hwei wo de bosume say na betua wo de because Ghana ni bia de ka almost 26,000 Ghana cedi tete de 260 million you know what say na me nyafu ye to su mienu wa woni alaji ti amuka se mo se koko okura de mfaso no wo hama bupe wa ha ne nya enti ade na obi kodi koko ka edwa no aboka koko bodo a ye di jankrofo yi asa 2016 the total liability of cocoa board was $199 million. So convert cost the Quran at the time it was a little to 800 million Ghana cedis. And the cocoa board no and nekura na one free fertilizer no. And the cocoa board no de 32 billion. 32 billion. Sika o makwaji so o me di cocoa kono. Yantimi anso akua fuasene amom fertilizer yantimi anso akua fuasene akwanyesa nyina so kra no koko akua fuo nyina timi di bre koko board anso koko dodo ananka wose ye de kotua sika ekwaje ye entimi no kasai beyond the 32 billion ye de ka ye sign the ka koko nko about 360 tons adan boni ban na Ghana fo de yakufu ado ba omi aban MPP aban. As if that is not enough. Energy sector, in 2016, the total debt of the energy sector was 12.5 billion Ghana cedis. Dr. Kasmino Kasane, total debt at the energy sector amounts to over 68 billion. 68 billion. PD this year, PDS Kurofasa, in Shishayani, dear, any among more bonus, one minute, as I would him say. ECG alone, I import 2 or more items, materials from the Omajuma, about 3,000 containers, Tema shipyard. Most of those items, we will need them in 10 years' time. Most of those items, so OSHA expiring date was what they will expire in 5 years' time. What in command minu dinu? Wakwa to ade we ye hwe nhihye ya ye no a nso we ma ya chiria ebe me hia nso we age se agba numre no nsia. Nanso ya to nso we di sika twetwe di akoto nso abesi ho. Nso we nso nhihye ne se embo no num na nso no asai. Nti ade nti ye koto ye.
Na ni nyina wa hi.
Yeah, all at the port. About 3,000 containers. Tema.
Then you've not heard what is going on.
Enti, Dr. Cash.
And now on Tediako.
And you have a bishop, Miss Wall.
Say our port.
Say a bishop or ye shipping line or more contract or more. Minuka Sekrama. To say every month or so, we are paying about 1.5 billion for moratorium.
Mortgage. Another.
Omo obrofu bi. Hwan. Demorrage means one or two you want.
Then and as
Dr. Cash
on this issue crowd nyanya
current. And man be ka but we kura nyanya mransem. Enye we disem. Dr. Cash, okọ wani mu a aban we hye bonti odi sika ni nyina afredi o say wɔn mu ɔmo ayɛ adwuma kɔ ahogyegyem bond holders ɔmo sika deda yi ne pensioners na wɔde n'ani kɔsi ɔmo so holdu 1.3 million Ghanaians bond holders wɔn sika 240 billion mi fa ma mo edibɛ ma mo kora yi sɛ mmere bi aso o mpene de a yi sɛ me tiw sika do so na mama kakra bi a ɔpɛ na nyɛ haircut na yɛ head cut twitwa amanfuo tiri ebi afɔmu awu. That is the economy they left for us. Wɔn mu wie bond for wɔn mu si state institutions nti sɛ OTEC FM wɔ account wa yɛyɛ adwuma a yɛde sika bɛgu mu a na manager bi aba the tiri mu ɔden ɔpɛ sika die te sɛ kufu ado a wɔsɛ emu gyegye kakra gu OTEC account no mu a deɛ aka mo nfa mbɛgu mu account no mu de kɔ akɔsi me bu kaase me de kɔ akɔyɛ special initiative nti get fund ɔkape yɛ road fund ɔkape yɛ health insurance unnecessary capping of state agencies nti state agency no ya ye feel say Ghana fo nyina je atum say yentua sa to we ni ntimi run sa agency no na Kufuor do akapwa je omusika nyina ma those people were virtually not being able to run at full capacity even half capacity kura. That is the kind of state wo mu wie ye di ni nyina wie di bi kosi awowa ne ade wie ye no na wo say sika no asa wo mu pebie di ene ye nkofa betting tax mra abrante ni twa bet bosome baako toatoa so na wani a Kufuor do ne ba mi ase won kofie nkoso da wo be di bi say krim wase fa totoso dudu bra na Kufuor do we Roman father ana we sofu pani enya so dem ye totoso dudu
ewie ya kra na ye ba ye te say
finance minister so o man da
o se o man je bet
that man because mo de ne be gina te say Awuraga Jansen ne ye free bet fo ni nyina boys no ne ye ko hia no ho finance minister say betting tax aban no anje da Dr. Gas opa bia wa fidie watum na investors ma mempie ko gina bonten na memfrɛ bi because me so me ye investor na investors ye mfrɛ amanfo mfa screenshot nya den emra ma kyerɛ unnecessary taxes emission we see nyina am say ye ho tax adai we see ye ho tax ukosi wofuo kura pese ye be de oto
Amin Adam say oman je betting
that man but
there be or my eye opener be so man betting tax there and then tax na yetua na ekon
he's not being truthful sa papa ne yakrofasa because somewhere in 2023 GRA be catch say through betting tax alone they have accumulated about 15 million or so. Go and check.
Me say you
go and check.
I mean Adam on the press conference yeah say I think say ejako wo feed no yeah because me say say cancer or press conference
kochake
esan ye me wanwa kakra me wanwa pa me be say yeti feed no okay all right.
Ladies and gentlemen, betting tax that they said they have abolished. We never collected betting tax. We never implement the betting tax. So to come and tell Ghanaians that you have abolished something that was not implemented is to deceive the people of Ghana. Gentlemen, betting tax that they said they have abolished. We never collected betting tax. We never implement the betting tax. So to come and tell Ghanaians that you have abolished something that was not implemented is to deceive the people of the pride of Ashanti. Ladies and gentlemen, betting tax that they said they have abolished. We never collected betting tax. We never implement the betting tax. So to come and tell Ghanaians that you have abolished something that was not implemented is to deceive the people of Ghana.
Mahmoud.
Dr. Cash.
Asema mean Adam can a serious issue. Because if you should tell us say more implement betting tax dia. Na betting tax na mote. It means say na ko bi boton wa maban.
Ida say me na anta sheda ne. Pese odi anim tiabuo didi atem twa ye ntro. Ana say betting tax ya na MPP aban etimabunu no. Na omote di kwa MPP headquarters. No, I'm not telling you manage your party.
Because if you should tell Ghana
tax, because
okay, say you never implemented betting tax.
Look at this publication, Dr. Cash. The publication way. Look at this publication. You know what I'm saying? GRA and about Bantibeka. GRA says generate 15 million from betting tax.
This is a serious issue. Because former finance minister Obekachire say you never implemented betting tax. Into tax now you tax bet for no
you need a serious investigation.
A serious issue no can know.
Me show life how can I was shocked.
Dr. Cass, me see.
For you to tell us say MPP government never implemented betting tax. Into tax na motitim rant. Ne kwa hin.
Me see.
It is ne kwa biboton wa by mwana.
Me see. Ida manu chantro didi atem. And also omo betting tax.
Omo communication
we. Omo said that the betting tax be young Ghana for come jiji kwa MPP party. Because GRA is a state institution. GRA say we making 50 million. Nti GRA just can what come hwan. Nti ye twa bet ye di amote ye no. Mo just can what come hwan. Ye cousin grofo we be di ye wu a. Obi tinchen we say me MPP ni na kabore ka no kre na me ko kwa pai. Ye cousin grofo we be say o man ye obi tinchen won te ase. When you know chire Dr. Cash. Afa sika ni we de bepe adwuma kura mama bunu. Unemployment, unemployment. This is the state of the Ghanaian economy. This is the state as bequeathed to us by the failed Akufo-Addo Bawumia administration. Then Shiranka Rade say Abrabom the assembly award one no beka no. Eno na nyame ye ma wo. Ghana fo nyina de ya no tu mu reset no. Ena kofa aban ba ya sanse aban yi de odie sananim John Dramani ma ye suti aban na wanim ye hawo na wanim ya tete na owo odoma ne manfo nti ene nhihye ya wode agu akwan ne tosum ilevia MPP for so o manje so no omote yi John Mahama say pam no twam no ilevi no watwam enti won send this can come once this budget is approved and implemented. Won send this can come obi me to 11 bim. Dr. Cass, secondly,
me person me history bima wa ha. Prior to the 2024 elections, Alhaji Bawumia promises say obey abolish e-levy any betting tax. Now this is how the story goes. I said the flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party NPP, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, has firmly retreated his comment to abolish the controversial e-levy and betting tax if elected in the 2024 general election. Speaking to the MPP's manifesto launch in Takrady on Sunday, August 18th, he outlined his administration's vision for comprehensive tax reforms aimed at reducing the financial burden on Ghanaians. This includes a tax amnesty for previous years unpaid taxes. Paper. So you betting taxes. But at that time, but at that time, on my campaign, in charge of communications for the campaign, Miracles Awaji, he said, "Say, almost I crab, Kase or some Mahama bar also sir." Betting tax so the betting tax was there. So how come Adam will tell us say they never implemented betting tax?
I was a BN free papa ne. No free for yata. No free munina.
This is the story on Ghana Web.
Yes.
I say NDC must fulfill its promise to cancel e-levy and betting tax. Yes. Another way. Any.
It's Dr. Carl when you try draw. Why so na ka no kore but inshiraka urade so omuji yo so omanji yo ye de omote ye yawo no so kan yen mabunu no nyina hunu yawa ye famu yenim se sika so omote omo afa anya hwe omudi no omanum John Dramani ma say be ya Ghana mabunu se onya bibi ma wase a
Adam akope pro mama bibi aban no
dog wan fe wani so de ko alaji ho betting tax no pam no twam no ye twam number 2 e-levy no Dr. Cash ye twam on send this come here to be number 3
but currently they said the year
me say budget no ye gitum ni implement here it was yes this year
that be number jatum
na sa parliament na mo ye omodum
o say roughly by
yes
but April May e be che o
anche what na mo fie be
ye sabi ko me unim ska do e be san
da bi o de odi amanindam
me kra and no na me ka say we nke so me papa nke so ba na o me unta ko sunti ganyu ba 6 kra na nke
tie o Dr. Gas odi amanindam ye ya no wayi They told some years 1.5% withholding tax on unprocessed goods, minus small scale minus. They told some 9. Sa VAT no ananu ye betina ha car say na mbisa say motor dey ye say okay on insurance motor insurance see ye free ho any emission levies ni na me yem shishi me say me motor mintimi insure ni na no ni nyina free ho Dr. Cash ye wie ye no and you say was ye intervention bi was critical sectors a e ma Ghana agina na so biem nti fa ho masua say ya free tertiary for people with disability sabi enyo obi bone ne say ya wo no bubua ana yade bia ma na ye bubua ontimi nya adwumade ase de meme no ye nti sankofo ni say tertiary school no wo nko bi free de toso mienu to mama so hwe ahokira ba maami otekejetia ote friends of crow from ni market aka nyina no da ben no be bojuo say de nimo mo adin akotua na ban school fees okay university nti no first year school fees no there all tertiary institutions and also free senior high school na ye nya sika ye hunu na ye say de wire money ochina ye say the covid money ade chance say aduane asoto ne ade no afa the whole ala ya on capital get fund ya nya dedicated source of funding ye say ye be even amend the get fund act no na add free senior high as an item nti afi bia no ye be call get fund ya ense say den ye o how kra de maye mabawa Dr. Cash woni made friend menstrual poverty ababawa bi abuninsa sanitary pad went me 20 well just school 1 week kopem se be moja no betwa we nyina yo ha bebre kura ka se mame ko bra yi ho no ko jikaka we no no so akokọ ba we uni mobro ma no fian bebre alande omo into teenage pregnancy bia na ka ban e wo san hyehyeye ya John Mahama say the first time we second time free sanitary pad distribution to the girl child no and also was san ye dia boys disuafo ne awofo wonim say school feeding program almost Africa e dey ne shapa 1.5 1 cedi 50 pesos aban se wo pagya mo ko 2 cedis ye ma me no ahomobro nti na mo no aduane pa ma ye ma no a na mo boka kra mo nse da nyamfa so kese no ne sa free school feeding ma no wo mbenya kakra o mo so ano mo no pepepe according to sikanti na ankwala no ni aduane pa no ene sebi the quality and quantity of aduane no so ebe ko nanim kakra capitation grant I ko school mu mom di siesie renovation any maintenance no eno so ya pagya mu a eye ani so teacher training allowance Dr. Cash my teacher training bia ante say we have made allocation for the payment of the teacher training allowance and ni sam kese pa sanka ho ne say one more streamline ababeka Ghana Jumayefo ho nti once Minister of Finance issue clearance to Controller and Accountant General CNT Jumayefo ka no we pay all trainees nti the days of say 2 months yentua ka 3 months yentua ka arrears no 10 of the past atwam enya de bi besi biem yetua Jumayefo ka no ne yetua trainee fo nso eka textbooks so Dr. Cash wa kan nke ye agya wa pantan yade no enne sika twitwiri de yakwa JHS primary kindergarten your printing book bebra enkwara no e de ekwa akosua ade amana boa afei oba health wa Mahama case say yade bi to say your friend is saying kokram yare so cancer na chi obi oni sika be dialysis won't mean to ya kidney yade akese ni hu no ya tisika to ho a ebi ye wa okwa ye be so wasene a ye betimi abo nkwa ho ban se Ghana ni free primary health care ya uncap NHIA ama tinyo meki ya programming about 9.9 billion Ghana cedis ni nyina free primary health care no eka ho a ye ba be implement na pomodin pa wonni sika na aboate afro a e wo so timbo wura hospital me ye bo pane a ye nyi utaku enyo sempo a wonni sika na 3D ye wa free primary health care no also timbo wura health facility bi mu ni hwewa untua taku untua sempo a gisa wo hospital a ya kesie mu no ansa na wetua bi kakra ni nyina nhyehyɛ de aba wonim sɛ 2023 na do recruit 321 pharmacists bi besin ne one city kra yentua omoka yenua no mutitifi a wo mo ahramu kom na eku omo aban ya nhyehyɛ ya all those 321 pharmacists akufo ade farm a wantua amaka no ye domama aban ya nhyehyɛ ya ye ba betua mu nyina aka agric 1.5 billion Ghana cedis to agric ye dey be implement ITA agric for economic transformation agenda ni nyina no say nei ye pese ye nhye ya ye nkokra kuko force bebre ma o man mu ana ye nkra bi kura ma nti nkokon ketenkete na nche ye be roll out your friends policy no ope nkokɔ buo no nkokɔ ma no aduane wa bagibi aban be ma ontete ye kama watimi ahwe omo wo ya mu nyina oton first concession na wo wanya financial stability kakra na wo kɔ wani na fe wa ya to aso ni the sole target ne say ye fa Ghana sika $10 enkokra kokofo so makrum ha emi sidi na ho odin san kofo ye to so mienu Dr. Cash farmer service centers see pe agriculture and modern technological tools ye ma yakuafo na wom dia hyekua num say be productivity be high na alaji ka say how do we even get revenue back say ye timi ye way na productivity agri productivity ko high na ye so industry asene ye link industry to agri no mutimi add value. One, we are cutting down import. Two, a potential substitute. And no cutting down import. Yantimi ndini nyina ye be export until will be boosting export on so e be boa. Ghana policy, Ghana Green Project, Vegetable Development Project. Ni nyina key indicators enema this ke wura mu afia. Sebi adan ye ko Burkina ko tontos. Na commandant be gro no ma ni ade nsase wo ho no.
But do you have any idea of when the 24-hour economy is going to be implemented?
Oh yes. As soon as practicable, because 24-hour economy, no, the whole basis of it is linking industry to agric. And it's a one boost to agric. No one has enough raw material. Industry, until for now, we'll be relying on certain agencies more of services. Any existing institution more capacity and with the enough raw material. Now, Alaji Bisa say. Sa tax bebreba ya twetwa mu ye be den ya make ya close gap no for tax na ya twetwa no. Finance minister say krom ha ye wade bi ye friend no tax refund account ni nyina no say emra ye de bo tax eto agigi no krom ha no ye de hyemu say eto bi e be gigi wo man no afemu ni nyina no ye mfa wo ha ma bu pensia enkoto account bi mu. Say Dr. Cash de OTEC FM mutua mo tax na eboro so ni ye hye nyina wie ni ehu say oh na Dr. Cash o so otua 10 cedi o otua 15 cedis a sa account no mu ne yebekɔ ni akoyi bi ni a refund the amount.
Okay.
Alaji etua aboro so ni a refund the amount.
All right.
When him say in 8 years sa account no we able to generate about 29 billion. Akufo-Addo man use just 12 billion and the year tax refund. About 16.6 billion. Omudi no la sulala o mantimi account for it.
Right, okay, thank you.
Minister say,
I call Dr.
Instead of wadano mamfuma nusi na atiefo hunu dienti ya ye twata ni ba bi e sika free. Instead of say ye be gigi sasika no na ebiaka na obi is even tempted to misuse it no. Ye be kate sa tax refund account no from 6% to 4%. 2% na ye tie free so no will save us or will give us 3.8 billion Ghana cedis. When him say e-levy
annually.
Yes. When him say e-levy annually, e-levy gives us 1.9 billion. Betting tax gives us 180 billion, 80 million. That's about 2.08 billion. So getting 3 billion, 3.8 billion. Now Ghana phone to betting tax. Woman to e-levy. Woman to VAT on insurance. Woman to 1.5 withholding on unprocessed gold. Now, Okani in album now is still less than the over to save by cutting down waste. I think they also Magana for coming home. So right, he has got a very perfect substitute. Me feel say the target is about giving some sort of akomuhain Magana nino na yanso Ghana nina sene na yamwa private sector. Yenyina boom. People get job. People will pay income tax. Businesses will pay some what taxes. Now, one of mine I then after the 2 months.
Thank you very much.
This budget inspires hope.
Thank you, Mahmoud Kabara near Tenin Kano as well. So, Oko budget Nemunsua. Yebeye Ashanti in focus later, but Yebeye according to budget, no, Odiwanichim page 17. Budget net provided funding for project awas and Temante be KGT market phase 2 completion of it or because they say project no acquire C1 time because of Sikasem near the idea but budget no provide Sika for the completion of KGT market phase 2 oko page 17 a obo say eda budget no emu ewo ho osan kasafa road infrastructure under the big push program. Budget no assign allocate funding for various road construction and maintenance project in Ashanti region. Budget nesan kasafa infrastructure develop educational infrastructure through the get fund wa on cape ni nyina budget nim odu ani chem page 59 and 60 kasafa Asante mantem oba health infrastructure so wa chro budget nim say expansion of Konfanochi teaching hospital cath project including renovation we page 61 page 61 of the budget obehu funding for new hospital wards under the Mahama Cares Health Program within the Ashanti region. And also, as time goes on, or the expansion of free SHS and infrastructure development or the additional funding for school infrastructure feeding programs and a dormitory expansion in Ashanti region secondary schools. Page 5960 where buying security ni bibia security CCTV installation Mr. Kuma Doc set boko there boko akwaba ejebo nya bedru. And I'm running here discussing about the expectations in the budget, but budget na be so far so good. So who do you check kakra there? Oh, okay.
I mean chia TF4 ni ahwefo na mentia na pia menka university for. And once na me offer Mr. Benjamin for birthday. And one am say late kakra nti. Me wish happy birthday. Though the timing is belated, right?
Yeah.
And I mentia me room for I mean, can say, I mean, more that say, oh no, yeah, we winning lesson. I mean, who know?
Mahmoud, yeah, 2 abani.
If I before lesson for a long time, you say.
And I say not to pick up Muntina.
Congratulations.
Nancy not to pick up.
I like it.
Oh, okay. So now by banana until on Tnafakum. Up and down. And I cry in my shot on TV. Me who say CEO. Now at the PMMC CEO in China.
Oh, okay.
Yes, the CEO of CEOs.
Yes.
I think.
You go a fire. I'm going to say you two about conquer. You just about. Baby,
at 9 on the appointment, no one now. Was the hands of room number. Now, that will be.
But Dr. Kajo, yeah, media, Yammy, budget, Yammy. So, sharp, NDC in run up to 2024 election. They campaign on all these issues.
Yeah,
I can't say, I'm gonna force it. You want to say, ye levy, hardly. In fact, the reality is a ye levy crown, a task beer. Nanko for $102.9. Ye levy. So, if you send it 100 and say 200 and 500 beer more be or phone so sometimes I will send it. Most people, if it doesn't come to merchant and tasso in the levy na the issue is say tax no the way and manner it was implemented it became somehow disingenuous to the people. Ghana for one because for reason for that too. Dr. I says I'm away, but some is so a Tiamica free controller and accountant general department.
That's right.
As a controller, everybody what to make tax into what they can't me
direct tax.
Direct tax. Na me misika yate ho tax no me nkodi me mfanya hwe me de suma ma me maame ana me nua bi ana mo faase ana me nana se bi agina so factor aduane di na me this eska na ekoro na wasan ati me tax ho me friend levy na ati me levy ho na nia onu de okoyi ni sika o bank one transfer mu bia no onu ya antene tax we won do yi ni bank and what they tardy or the Nina Biaba or Yash and some Yantin Tasso. But me, me take it decision say I want to make an economy become cashless. Timeka doesn't mean incentive. Because when in most countries like America and UK, where a transaction economy near cashless it gives you an incentive because almost system no sikeni na emfa enyese nipa na ma yes yet I say ye bibia ya next can say botum kufu in fact akwabi also okopegeza no yi 500 200 notes bond of agro ya botum no de nam di do be otari a no yi wayi ni na watwe baako and I don't say cash oh yeah na ma na yeah assume that what is that oh and it kind of look like maybe them feel say Ghanaians ebo anu so but it was income generation do and I buy who no say well me tete sa me yi tas we na free ho kra still me survive we say me dey bia me can as me say yen no enye say ye oman a ehia yen nanado kan say Ghana man enye ohia man ampa nso Ghana man dey enye ohia man na mmom kɔmɔ edi yɛn no sɛ yɛnim sɛ de sihwɛ sika so
ɔman enye ohia man
dɛbi yɛte sika so nso kɔm deɛ no yɛnim sɛ de sihwɛ sika so nti ɔn sɛ in real sense no sɛ Ghana ban betumi ayɛ prudent Ghana ban betumi ayɛ prudent na sɛ sika a ɛwɔ sɛ ɛkɔ ɔman mu no aman ɛkɔ aban mu aban gye consolidated fund mu aban betumi ahwɛ abɔ ho ban ama sika ɛwɔ sɛ ɛkɔ nyinaa akɔ ni sika no kɔ kɛkɛ o sika no kɔ duro no ni judicious use nso betumi ayɛ adwuma menyɛ sure sɛ tax way a yɛatete na because look just say sometimes it baffles people say nti cocoa board for let's ask ourselves omkɔgye bosia ɛde yɛ deɛn paa kokoko nkwa ne ade a yɛwɔ Ghana ha yɛkɔtɔ a wonya mfa so seriously kokoko nkwa ne ade a wotɔ a wonya mfa so nti ɛde na wotumi kɔkɔgye bosia ɛkɔtɔ ade ɛbɛbɔ ka ɛhu because ɛna wonim sɛ wiase nyinaa nso kɔa no wonim sɛ ɛnyɛ na Ghana galamseyfoɔ sɛ yɛ kokoko a wonim sɛ na kane deɛ na yɛ kokoko na yɛ premium cocoa in the world
sure
kyɛ sɛ yɛ kokoko no ɛyɛ super nti sɛ yɛtɔn kokoko £2,000 or $2,000 per ounce ɛwɔ kuro biara so a yɛyɛ deɛ no bro saa ebi yɛ 2,500 nti yɛnya bonus ɛka yɛ sika ho ɛnso still yɛtumi ayɛ den abɔ ho ka wohwɛ state institutions a yɛwɔ nyinaa Dr. Cash obiara ɛde ka state institutions in fact the reality ne sɛ mama example maybe omo financial institution kura na areho to the extent say NIB ADB aban dia o aban nya dividend in free ho NIB ADB to what extent can that happen so your banking CBG ni na aban dia o this say declare dividend ama aban jiska banking so ye boka banking ye boka because na me American say obi okwa ordinary sika ko two savings or the two na ne refi no obi okwa sika no to no otimi free mu sika no onsa nko back so ko gibim bank no nso hu ni biem eno an sika na be bank ne sika and how run a bank we no wasan aboka bank like ADB ECG kwa de West ECG wo hoi if you say many free di free say ye wo me abesi nne ECG ensi afimu declare profit da enka se bia afi we de ya break even with the profit in point and break even there be that Ghana Water Company never and so
a series of
state corporations when now so about say they should run independent too nanka omo ye adwuma ni nya mfaso a ko mo fa bibimre aban and so and na unim dey say ehu wo mu say say institution when now so okwa obekọ no na institution omo ye losses no na CEO executive directors and Dr. Usho Pia now you must show me also afi bia so a omboka just a woman say o mana you running no as you running upside down
then I'm me SIC mama no salary 70,000 a month.
Yes,
now on record scraps president salary saying
that time say na say idea ya omuwie sa for parliament here emolument ne esgracia also omu see omu amu bi anti minimum the crowd feed there journalism want me anko palma
the emolument ni antena say Emolument committee international.
Former governance no emolument committee international.
Okay.
No say me can who say maybe amu be wi a na omo that committee no dey omo emolument nba. Because one say na omo dey no ma hwe so dey tua ex gratia.
Institution baako. Nipa baako je 70,000. And entertainment or just saying it's a costume and a wardrobe 84,000
per annum.
Per annum.
Yeah. 84,000.
And on salary monthly
70,000.
What? But the gross salary
unim dia ya wo mu ni se. Dia ya wo mu ni se. Obekọ sa same institution yo ho. Na worker bi wo ho a ni pay nu 2,000.
It's true.
Does this make sense to wona we panyi wo mu no? Wona we panyi wo mu no. Oh, ade ba ko a me da bia me kan say we say abrofo say Ukraine me ni pa say heaven ba omeko bi agyaye. Even those who di nsam hu omeko bi agyaye. E say hwe broni ene onya dwuma entua o sa peanut no broni krom. Peanuts no ontua because omutua what we call living wage. Enti na ye nua no ma omko abroche no. Aya na yehu ni say as omo abrabon ye chen because they earn living wage. Siska ye be ho no anya hwe no. Siska na obegye no.
It's worth it.
Also obetimi nya bi to aduane di. Edi bi hwe ho. Edi kakra kwasi. Enti na omo timi pone kakra de bre yen. E ma yen a etiga na ha. Obi kura efie bebrem ho a emrante ne maba bi wo nya dwuma so omo di okay because omo nuanom mienu ana miensa wa abroche enya ska busumi bia omo sendi bi diba. And it looks like it kind of look like yewura ato forcing ne owodwuma die kase o e was a state institution when na or the key performance indicators ma omo me worry me critical issue pa e was state institutions abanya a separate omo from normal consolidated fund omo ye omo adwuma say nkomutimi prepare omo adwuma eye adwuma hwe unim. Let me give a thumbs up to an institution called Graphic Corporation. My monitor on several occasions. When you say almost planning the only institution consistently, trade dividend man buy. They run at a profit. Tamana, I don't know. Tamana gentleman where no or former minister no. Awa. So Awa, I was no former minister of tourism. President Kufuor time. The time almost at you. Share dividend. The institution has been efficient. If yes, me minister no example. Say so o person o ye adwuma onko omo ho omusa omo edie no omo ye omo de omo timi run in fact me say me ti kroma say aye we na no kra minister ne kan okay omo ko economic dialogue no kan say the onim yes every single minister bia institution bia agency bia okroma omo ye somehow semi-autonomous. Withdraw from consolidated fund. Also, omo running omo no mutimi generate profits. No mutimi di share omo no. Omo akatua kutukutu. So omo nya profits. Now what is let's face reality. As I buy sebi o mama etie for mama mfa nsi bone. As I buy Jimmy. Wo dey all discuss come obi say fire djuma kwa no nya loss. Ono so ba ni pay kakaka mi wan so anu nya loss then the war ban was an discount man
na oni oyiri tifie na man discussion ndwa na shika ne hye na wasa man foforo na asan hye aman de tosun pesa na asan hye
no that's so
na be ma kra then na wajin anya better
that's the point oh and I say
so like you are saying so ono oyiri tifie na sad ne koso you like to dwell into why
can man na you say at the property anti bit my look former finance minister of Oyata me say at first adwuma oye me nyanya impressed o
okay
until say be di ben film enza I tell you former finance minister oba afoforo okache say oh unim ubeko institutions no be board na omo no ebi no a omo board allowance kwa chain CEO akatua ne ade and he is going to streamline your fence board condition of service ama akoye standard for all public sector
say until that
okano wa edimi no me dey say I know budget ya draw ya twetwe ne ma no natural afi na ye be kwa ready near go through near share significant issues go mu bia naughty issues also aban take decisions say we meye we me di we beto hwe de ya kra ne say ye wo kruma no ye Ghana for ye mediocre people afi so Dr. Cash afi so a sisi ya o ma ready budget fe ya woti here sisi ya wo Dr. Cash woti here e na wa start ready na Kumasi project KJT a wo sak kan keke afi be so Kumasi project si anya wo nya hwe no so tia umuzo obia ye muzo obia
Oh, are you sure?
Yeah, muso obia no say abai carry on, we carry on. The reality is that just say oma timamufo no ye benchmark ya ne say ye benchmark ya the market aban mufo ane say 4 years aso ne take this is ekotoaba and you say any other thing because also budget ye tire wi a sisi a we a omodi aba ye market look mama nka ba ko bi ewo school tertiary for no first year we mini problem bia because first year for no mo tue scan ma ye we yaje ye ni problem ere yaje aban refund or the breya ye o ma de be mo so what I say or refund say ampa first year for nurse kani a or ya de be mo we are hoping say aban me nya ne sa every year bia no o me nya school for no scan ye ji we a on refund na on fa ye fa mo go ye pay outstanding debt too because we are don't say Ghana. Oh, they are monitor Legon, monitor Kipkos, monitor tech. Your university cry just 2020 now by my autonomy. Dr. Cash, Opa was his year. Number here infrastructure program, need progress eco school now. You'll be baffled. And it's a buy echo started ekas to the who say, the Bible first year fee amount. Who is the first year for so there? I have number square. Fair no number fresh. Ya okaze admission fee school na skano mutu ya enye teaching academic facility user fee enu mutu Ghana ha obia ni wo public university ya utua school fees obia ntua bi school fees enti progressive free na me ba na one Mahmood edi argument no sa progressive free no I started that because every person bia oko tertiary in fact from public school there from primary all the way up to university okwa teaching fee there yentua teaching fee free there yetua and say academic facilities user fee and then some of the public universities no find a way of working out and extending a time of doing programs and ye be weekend and ye be evening and ye be sandwich and ama omo eba those programs no special program no omutua fees apart from that no be a wako normal regular school be a aban school be a fee school fees tuition fee de untua bi na mo mutua academic facility fee sa fee no and ye even IGF and ye infrastructure development ye expansion any growth of the university aban beje to no ho so a aban beje to no ho so a aban beje to no ho so a na say o charge light fee ye veni say maka wo the tray board so o tray exam sir people say dey ma o tray what booklet akore bi okra there ya kra say one man booklet ya 12 pages no wa tray 2 no ja 10 no wa me akoto agukwa oni na je charge o nti ya jai Mahmood so me so enko yetimu nyadin and Mr. Ban says kana die afi die no ya je wi next year say no me yenye ya de ya ji wi na say o de ba ye very found my school for no any year bi and it's anso a beginning of the year no ahwe na wa maye ya budget number of students e be fa no wa prepare who scan no their brain ya ye ho djuma papa na nkwara number pepepe yempe arrears yempe say oh say Mahmood can say be I was impressed as a teacher training allowance which I don't subscribe to me na feel say President Mahama will go back to his ways and cancel teacher training allowance again. It doesn't matter. You see, let's take decision here. Ebe buama dachi enchimba. You see, populist decisions. And yet, the teacher training allowance. It has outlived its usefulness. Teacher no, not teacher for na obia mpese obeko teacher training college. And net there, and you probably brain no teacher no. In fact, I bet first then and conform pro and then the teacher no a star job of the country ankofo primpo no obeye enti I was say yetimi make sure say yem first can to where it is due where we can make use of it ebetimi aboa economy no ye would develop a country called and obi say ade awuntimi manage ni enti enye ni what we are called developing country
at the say de enye din but in CC no
ye third world country enti look
yende ho sa
unim dey am yakwa wa Ghana yankwa ni the only West African country ahun ukọ ubai Ghana yankwa West Africa na Burkina Faso ni Mali fo kra omo kuntokwa ni adade Dr. Kaz me say ukọ intercity transport dual carriageway and omo dey ebi dey 4 ni 5 Côte d'Ivoire omo kun babo Laurent Babo ta omo kun na no omo ye kwan and Guinea Bissau ni omo up to date Kumasi to Accra the busiest cars e fa kwan so
Rwanda kra kwan FS ye dey
na Rwanda dey say omo say Africa omo be bit countries be sir
so how they okay outskirt
just one was and I saw say Tiana Kumasi to Accra can it cry say me co University of Ghana when I was doing my first degree University of Ghana those times that is 1995 96 97 those times no meet me through car Kumasi within 3-4 hours no do Accra and then modern time this all the 6-7 hours and I would me do Accra if you go to code 9 how akwan say puto yentimi nya dual carriageway ni etwetwa teacher training allowance ma school for
until you against the teacher training allowance
me say
and nursing training allowance
one guy say ma beka say wa hada home ma beka say me
allowance na me kai say o ka say emfa so bia ni so ntwam
me ko school bit say Amstead am here education and now Cape Coast am here education and now say Winneba am here and the tech ni legofo no go omo here education they should take government to court because omo na we education about be trade ye never be trade o ye na ye licensed teacher professional teachers ye na ye see be trade na I don't know who discriminated by telling somebody so on your court training college ye ntia ye first say allowance mano
mini university for ni be edin and then they are also saying say adentina diploma nurses no ye ma omo alawa no mo university ni ye fie omo bia mo but say university say ukona say publica student loan
no and the student loan is accessible to I don't know who be anko student loan and I'm obi anko student loan
that was what President Mahama said in 2016
it didn't make us say your buy I think go take this catch up say adena anko for no be no adena anko for no already no o ma ye nema biblia me aka say nye enti fa sha o mo say anko for no o musu ba nye o mo be say o man no and o mo be say sika enti teacher training for mo ntia say because who the good side ne say time President Mahama introduces say on to allowance enrollment at the training college no expanding enrollment if you take care if you opa akobisa omo head principals ne omo make sure those times na omunya numbers and them say allowance nti ya kete number no
yentumi yeah
teacher training sense yes ya na esi jina si yentria in 2016 because now
and that was
one
and no count them President Mahama lose election
two the quota system for 1 2 ye do omo tertiary status degree status and all of that yetimi ye but backlashes to the buy now was here say proper and deeper reflections when him say even the just recent education forum course no the revelation is that colleges of education and nursing training colleges they said of architecture na tie no akwara ntimi nu aduane wo ho no they do not have those facilities just like university oba tech ya people have those facilities to cook for themselves until they will still have to go through the institutional feeding process and this allowance about 70% component of it goes directly into their feeding so until such a time we are able to give them the necessary infrastructure we cannot say they should automatically roll on to them.
For now, no allowance no should enroll.
Currently, when you look at the cost why those infrastructure, and how much we are giving to them as an allowance, and the state as a country, but be a financial standings, it is better to choose the allowance for now. And near my year now, the needed infrastructure. Now I was seeing into one platform, which is the student loan. Then we do it. There is a reason.
Thank you very much. Na me ka se bomodin na ma onsa enka aye perfect series wonum books ni bi eno number frana kenkan a ombetumi akonkan Ghana Education Service ajatum naka enso approve books no inti approve books for aye basic schools in Ghana for all levels. A free nursery and course JHS books no be available. Omo English language, our world, our people, history of Ghana, RME, computing, creative arts, science, and maths. Na over preschool no so. That is a free nursery and course KG2 numeracy books or language and literacy our world, our people, creative arts, phonics, computing, coloring and writing for preschool. JHS for books so the set any bebre omo aye career technology ni computing in so e won bi omo san supply examination questions in the bobo amofrana no mama tro exam bia of any nature bomodin na contact aye perfect use wonum books no ana omo so aye na ma onsanka wonum enwuma ni bi obese otubi kogu bookshop mu obese otubi kogu school mu a ni nyina so omesom no maboa amaboa omatete so ama kama intuboro mo kumase aputoja Amo Ben Station, no, and I'm so dance man first stop. Inti bomodin for ni echeho. Obechi for perfect series books. I was 0243 299 938 0243 299 938 and 0540 755 465 0540 755 465. Shanisa mo frana dachi ewo enwuma no emu enti ebeboa papa na kai say schools no competition no second edition ene auditioning mo amokoto forms audition bibia abawie ne te free sabrekoi mo beti empanyimfo nka se ebeya nhihye no ebekoso kama ane bra mo de be share competition no ase Donima Steel Complex Limited some can channel se bana dance onyoma entwa wani nkwohwe babia furniture Donima Steel Complex Limited. A free chance here the board dine so it's a tropical long span roofing sheet, ties BTC strips, IBR, step tower, and the kick out tropical allousing, and a governor standard size sheet, and also the air castle and the air castle, roller shutter gate system, and automatic garage doors, tropical nails, and the drop papa carpenter for the Juma, and my woman who tomono, I have friend carpenter's choice, papa, a free in Kumum Kona Kessim, Donima how and Nina Ewo, binding one iron Rossin and Ubeyebi, El Donima Steel Complex Limited. Now share Boss Paper Products Limited. I shall say Dunima. Your sister company. No yen ya Boss Paper toilet tissues. And also you extra soft and extra strong. Kama. A one map power bra busumena so san say it mean no kama pa. Ya ni man so afusa fufula fu. Se utun watua and utuan watu ni na tutumika. Your head office was a 5 junction. Yeah, Ben Ghana Revenue Authority. Udu Tamalisua Canvili. Ya Ben Kindevi Junction no. And I'm crying so cantaman to your Ben GCB Bank Techiman. When Chikwano so contain Nania don't watch if you still your ho. Fred Dunima. I was 0244 126625. 0244 126625 and at 0540 101555. 0540 101555. Dunima Dinia Boa. Yabeka say home of tropical product. Aiko Herba bread. Aiko Herba center. The Aiko Herba bread about Jamai so. And your friend Ayar Sapano no. Aya kama papa. Panu we eka no a ayaresa nko a ena wato ama ho no efi se uyobi a yefrum kuro ehaw aha nti aba ne se no a panu we ena wo se wudi uyobi a ukompa so a untumi na yie panu we unya bidi a beboa na esiche yade wo ho ana se preha etetew adwodwo yade etetew ana se uyobi antehye wa wo ho anti edru se no busumi no yi ni tipie se no a eya na ha adwene pa ana nso tokra na wo ba kakra wote fe wo ho miemu saa onya yaresa pan no ni bia ebeboa wo ne enti ameka fo yaresa pan no na ma no se cocoa wom cinnamon powder ewom bi afi garlic wom atadwe ewo pan no na prekese enso ewo pan no enti we nyina wo ka bomu a wankasa wo say yes we herbal bread ankasa enti udi a ahode mapa na wo pedudu atu a ebu akwase passe aya besia se kwan no so bomode afro mu 0541 173658 0541 173658 na wo bora OTEC FM haso a anim ho a bebi a container violet ni sie no aha sister Porsche ho panu no ebi ewo ho kejetia so duru ho a Ebuakwa station sister Susie so abon sesen ho ana obetua fresh sister Susie 0246 041423 0246 041423 Aiko Herbal Bread ayaresa pano di na nya wayaresa na Ujima Travel and Consort say bana kwantu ho nsema fani nyina beda wonu mu na esa wonu mu kredi enti na Ghana Tourism ebo modern abo wonu mabaso enti na wonu nya Best Travel Agency of the Year 2024 wa Santimantem ha na ban se wo hyase free website passport wa ni nyina no aye Ujima Travel and Consort wo som se twetwe na wabisa se open express application ana se open regular ni nyina Ujima Travel and Consort so mu a oye 10 na say travel itinerary obehwe no ayama hotel reservation flight reservation ni nyina so odija wonu a Ujima Travel and Consort ewo ho na visa bia opebia say 5 years multiple visitor visa ya wodi ko US abrochimamu Ujima tbehwe no aye ni nyina diama H1B visa ene anase work permit visa ya wodi ko USA Ujima Travel wo ho obehwe no aye ni nyina adiama anase open work permit visa adi akọ Poland, Hungary, Romania, Bulgaria, and Croatia. Omo ho. Open Schengen visa. Ujima Travel and Consort ho. Obeshe ama bibia yedin. From 0553 944608 0553 944608 and 0547 740774 0547 740774 and 0246 144636 0246 164636 ubetumi afre atexe awosapia telegrami on sabeka Ujima Travel and Consort upesa wankasa bo anako so a ugbowro mu kumase a no suntreso omo bugis dan wachi anasa akakra no waduru sofo line no udu oboasen so a hye no so se omo ya towers no emu last floor and on sabeka wonu ya wono ne kane GN Bank edi animhwe no Ujima Travel and Consort Abapamo Ghana's biggest online shop for quality products na sabe oni wonu kita odi ni be wie pay ntimi pa cha obomoden nafa wani Play Store anase App Store no so anabetua Dwabrem www.abapamo.com simple kwa abefa so ni omadi nkomo ni nyina app no so de opese otofiri wonum sembia no ni nyina app no so ana opese obo anan ko so ahye no se tafo 3 months omene sekasaka park no edi animhwe de ohia bia say your phones na ope laptops na ope fan na ope fan emu de he ope wall fan ope ceiling fan ope standing fan industrial fan ni nyina bi na opa ewo Abapa Mall TV ni de na ope LED plasma ni nyina bi inchi bia ope bia no obenye bi ewo Abapa Mall ejade ni omanso de bebre emema ntade emema shoes suit nyina wo bi amfidie bia ye de nyina mahodin fam ewo piam ni asabia no furniture Abapa Mall oso peso twa ne kakra na wode brɛ so a obehwe na waye sa ade ama wo peso twa na monum ho aso obesom o ato awie kura no pese omde brɛ o ba bibia wo bia e wo mamu ha hye no say within 24 hours na we deliver ade ama eye free onye ohwe na weekend mu aso ne yekɔ no ena ebnada yekeka kɔ Hepa Plus live band wo ho omo twan ofse wo befrɛ na omo be woso aye na se de ama ayefro no ene aso crusade na moye no omo be woso ase de ama kama omo platform no kura hu autum say yes band no omo kura machines ene ye mo crossover mo equalizer ne bibia o sound rack nim so ati ase na se bibia content frɛ wono ne Abapa Mall e wo 0593 386133 0593386133 and 0593391848 0593391848 Akofa catering service e wo ho maka kire se ayefro ye de abejaw se ye aduane a ena amanfo enuma da hopa o se ne amanfo enuma totoso no oye list mistake na jollof ma wusie kom o meti ntentem fried rice so amen na emu edin a o meti ntentem ebi okra no adwitwa ne o ma na si ho ade akye no wanhwe ebi na ha start nyinya wanhwe mintina bibia ni am se fako Akofa catering service Akofa continental dishes oye local dish oye pastries ni de keka ho say ye yeo aya ifro dwumadi bia fako dan Akofa catering service na onya aduane man 10 wo hyebre so a empa ho furniture adwunase one kwada so municipal assembly ndi animhwe fra Akofa catering service 0245 056378 0245 056378 DHI College of Health and Education etun safrel DHI College of Health and education. So what wasi and SSC with 5 passes. Ayo da so se obebewura pomudin adwuma nim na onso watumi akwakoye bie na so se beye eno ntina DHI College of Health and Education eton safre woyi na obewuram e wo school mu ha wo certificate in dispensing assistant ayafi bako dispensing technician 2 and 3 mu top up diagnostic medical sonography sterilization processing technician medical laboratory technology environmental health diploma in education early grade education and a sign language na so say e course with DHI College of Health and Education. Now we are 6 months attachment to her ya and also ode ho bajim na wakwakoye ama bibia aye kama pa ede ama wo obo school numa modern facilities in kwane wo hostel facilities available Dwabrem no bemu akonya no atwa ne kakra flexible payment plan tutumika furniture patase wo ben Holy Mary restaurant no na bibia anya for admission koso into betwa friend no 0244 213187 0244 213187 and 0276221939 0276221939 and 0273635765 0273635765 ebiam wano so yo chire ni na ukura degree certificate ya ani abomodia na Dwabrem DHI College of Health and Education ni nyina no sakonya beda ho se obetumi a physics any chemistry US abrochimemu obetumi a physics any chemistry USA abrochimemu kama and two degree certificate ya Dwabrem omaye friend say Romania wono so penanis construction workers be to say welder for electrician any plumbers na woni wonum aye adwuma na say be obetumi aduru ho de agise Dwabrem DHI College of Health and Education and obetumi friend no 0244213187 0244213187 and 0276221939 0276221939 and 0273635765 0273635765 na ya num time herbal mixture malaria fever na tete wono ni nyina ebetutu ama ho atɔ aduane edisi wani ma ntumi nie ana yawa ya na ɔte nipaduane mu no edro we na mekamfo de ama wo eye time herbal mixture na mum se koba ne sensan bi asisi nipaduane ho ana se ohuna mani ahyase ye basa sensan na statistics wo ba bi ni ade wadwene ho a wonte ase immune system ni ntumi boost nti yade bia bi apini wa na Dwabrem yade bia apini wa na Dwabrem otum se general being no anka se fruit tikosi wo na ase no enkoye eba ne say no a time HH herbal mixture ne capsules ena mekamfo ediama time HH herbal ene ne capsules onum bia time HH herbal mixture ene ne capsules na beboa herbal shop any pharmacy shop bia Dwabrem no herbal mixture ne bi ewo ho eye time herbal mixture no obenya bi ena time HH herbal mixture ene ne capsules time HH herbal mixture and then the capsules and I bet you have for time herbal. It was 0244417669 0244417669 tiawa yenti adofo adwenkyere kakra na afi yentumi and wrap up na yenko
cash down queen me do adu nyina hene ma mencha cha ma ode na kwaku apia ana lawyer baafo ewu amensia south MP na mencha onwanyamfo na osu sekire atwemampo no MP cash Daddy, I may say, Mr. Speaker, my dad want to papa be our budget in him. The best run easy for what's your name? Was a young budget number with you.
Doctor, good afternoon. They are buying news at NDC. They are some denabo. Yet they are bold. You shall some daft finance minister. They are brain na. Near New York, say ye DHC. Yes, I'm MP for wasting a qua. A quam pania man whom they are from. Ghana, a radin here more poor. No more excellency or John Dramani Mama. None in some more waka, need ye done any so peswo ye, won't mean ye, na Ghana saying none and now to be. If I try a frame, I'm a package, and can say from family number 2, may say NDC, no. A Jacko Kai, media mean Shabu, and NDC, your best Shabu. What it was, I owe you. The boy shadow crowd was shadow when you swore I won't find. May say sanitary party, I was free body ma. Student D free. Would you pray your Ghana? You be Mahama was set or can we? A channel as a son and what can we? What was that? We are for Muro be one more brand. More was say 24 hours economy. Neither say, well, for more delight in the Baba was a day. One would say, Cocoa was so about to go to me and two.
Abwajini will be a jar more mine. Budget no rattle for Sabakan kind, and that will be any hole. If you say, dum so ɛda so a haya ban we ba ye e mo fantime na fi so mu ntime show no ye ne ma sei ye nwuma egu ye so mahama ye ne ma sei do ena cement boy sei cement boy ekosro eko almost 1.5 ade almadi overgana wa chance babiem Dr. Pico Usumi Mutu
Mankwamluku Ebosomtwe Constituency Communications Officer na mencham regional chairman na kwesene regional minister bo ya papa John Dramani Mama and finance minister baso se o mayi be tax o mayi levy o mayi wusi tax abobo ya ne bragia tax ekufa do ne Mahmoud Bamia de baye nyina o mayi ne nyina de flu o makoma da ho asese bobu ne ba ba yi adwuma anya so mfaso yakopon kam nyina mo.
Good afternoon, Dr. Cash. Within the Mr. D.Y. aside, make a free. Okay. No question, yen cocoa a for dear. Budget no or yen, no. Near per se, your TBB say, oh, ya took cocoa, you had 62 million, 70 million, and 80 million. The yan TBB sana, just a budget no or yen, for so be any so. Bye bye.
I am NDC communication officer. I'm also here. My engineer Abdallah Hamid, Namincha, Sevilla. Assemblyman, honorable Confablo, Dr. Force in the Abano, Yanum the Anum de Bedesena, and Yan Obano about white in Zosebi, and MMO Mayunguan and Obeka. They are bed, your man, Masena could near father could penny be born DC for Abasupa, assume the Boshe Papa Magana, Medasi.
Dr. Casio take a telephone in a Chamaikan and Brodu Santasi, and then you may say NPP, NPP, Bosse. So at this one in concern and not done for MPP, this one Ghana for bad tax, lotto tax, and missing tax, and no how would we be and his excellency John the many mamma in NBC. A year for Ghana for Koma Ghana for Yahoto, Ghana year dear budget, a fourth republic budget, a papa ya kind of Ghana, and it's our budget to Ghana Nibian receipt, as I said, a year dear Yahoto Baganas, his excellency John the many mamma in NBC Munyan Quada.
Dr. Cash, big Otini. Doctor, Ilevia, ye free wa, and ne ebinum airport no. E wo mu se ebinum ayo de. Nanso so ebetima ha o minor. Na de ye hwa ne se. Mo mo nyi o mo ekosia na ntachene. Anase o mo nyi o mo duabroni. Na ye nyi mfiri ho. Ye nsamfa nkose baabi. Na mfo how emle Ghana fo. O mo nkonkoden se de be ya Ghana ni bia ho ebeto no.
Cash, good afternoon. Was any me free kwam Dr. Cash may say o man penny Mahama ni NDC for and throwing another nom de abeje akonya no me say o man o muntimi 24-hour economy anu nti o kan mabu eto abamo ha no oba parliament wan moso wahu na koko na wo so betum aduru 70 million 70 million old Ghana cedis no eno so yante ho hwe and throwing na da na me say NDC for e de abeje akonya na Ghana for me say mo behu ye nyina yetim afi na akwache pad.
Patrick ni anyisabu nsumo open mjina mekase numa Joshua. Thank you. Mamcha MPP media patron to baby mu yeche omo. And budget no memfili but 2017 budget no ebi na esi wo hai. Se nyame adom na se yetra afi we ne yekɔ na fefoforo mu a na ankosa de a Ghana fo ye nue.
Dwabrem. OTEC 102.9 yekoya yasaba alaji ya ko aba na yebre no so ayebe na se enche yebema yemu so clearly yenhwe a car osha finance minister no ebobo so in the budget. I think say off microphone here can be say e kan dia wabobo was say taxes every Ghana for so into every NDC member who say no budget we there abua pa ebema yekomu ahin hayen. But on the other hand, don't you think say budget we so e wo say ma yetima ye de say you be expect be tougher as the year comes by?
Cash
I'm say akabro nyamiensa
cash you tell say economy of your nature. Economy a tax in addition. To say cash be tax in amawa. It means it's kind of emma.
Okay.
So you have to choose. Say obeju ni no aboka and answer obe be peace kana watch. That's some of the things.
We near the issue of he who laughs last.
No. Wait there. Any budget this tax
2025 we know.
Policy implementation. Yeah. Release ba. In fact, omo ka dey be far. Omo arrange for proper exploitation of labor. I think it's very good intervention.
Okay.
It can also add revenue. Because this is more formalizing. It says that what do you require? It is sending money that you can get to the state, and the person is also safer. This time around,
instead
of saying you are land
Mahama even spoke about Tamana or campaign.
No, it's captured in the budget. Say,
especially with the nurses. Say you're releasing nurses, no,
you're not formalizing it. Let's go. About prepare more. About him, be a war salary. About him. Remittances is also sending my mine. It's also not free way of raising of. But let me say, yeah, it's true. Say a plan be a release February. But to be honest with you, definitely cash. You are somewhere because UTM minister I say by 2027, 2028, you know, yeah, debt service will be 55%. The bill is also clear. External debt service. Yeah, I don't know. By that one, yeah, and so you have to pay. And then you say by now, not to that time, no. I also prepare your mindset. Say there is much revenue to show say meet that demand near Tuamoka. And I did challenge by quite day, and also share. Aban was quiet on their friends agenda 111, and I know it's strategic. For now, no, the government cannot commit itself into $1.7 billion project. To also look at policy, we are working with Mawa. Then you can look at surplus a free money. But one thing I buy so catch I'm from Kawasan. I say, yeah, a national reserve by the end of the year will be about 3 months.
National reserves on what?
Yeah. Yeah, import.
All right, okay.
I was saying, and I also say your growth will be by 4%, meaning say if you be 5%, 7%, and I better drop out. All this because of these waivers are money. Yes.
Than waivers no affect your growth.
The danger is going to affect our growth in the mature. You see, this policy are money. It is going to take a time to be more effective. As when companies no money waiver, some of the company money waiver now. About taking next year production and so now drawing the sentiment account and now benefit wrong. Meanwhile, with this year you are going to lose revenue directly. So the long term benefits, and I will looking at. So police are money by this year 4% growth. There's like we say maybe by net into I say at least 4%. Let's assume I go by 4%. It means the subsequent years can grow 5, 6, 7, and 8 because of policy money banning them. So I'm talking about the losses I need this year. It's because of some of the waivers your neighbor. Another one to say I was say if this policy are money 200, say go on like that, now expenditure they will go like that, but revenue no then next likely next year there will be tax hike. For example,
or the tour beba.
Yes, because so I buy eggs or so reverse that.
But you do mean because na ebekwa ko wie e the same doorsteps when you casa efa a revenue mobilization and a widening of the tax net. Sir, two elements in our
tax net in this year.
Because this year
it's not captured in our policy.
Wow.
Because maybe if you say
and you say we are still not safe.
Yeah, and then say this around if you are going to do wide of
only the Mrs. and because all the 20 be achiche. A castle go homa o the to achiche. Nanso I remember some time ago nams the kuma say a jumano say taxes ni go ho. Na ye onipa be fan say for example 4 million. Na nipa 2 million penny to tax na. Meanwhile so the 20 be achiche. A castle go so when widen tax net obey then where recoup.
Government ni kase. Tax issue go. It is more than the edge.
That's a issue.
Yes, Sabaji.
Sabaji. A dose saying the edge.
Sabaji be 180 billion or 100 billion tax annually. It's supposed to take more than that.
Okay.
Yes, so they are more than the edge. So the government today can pay the national debt. They are doing efficient revenue collection. They are interrogating if you are digitalization to minimize the interface. The interface is not synchronous ever. So we minimize this at normally if you are digitalization banner you better monitor with sales through digital. That won't be hide it.
Yeah.
You better monitor your friends wholesale there. That one before I buy about now buying them sales annually also I've said tax. That one may give you enough money. And if I don't know I don't know balance some of the losses I'm buying. And I say I ye cash. It means next year you have to balance it. Because when you borrow this year about 200 billion Ghana cedi, which is 30 billion 1 year. By next year, also both principal and interest in account.
Okay.
And some of these things in Chelsea, the beginning is very good. But my point is that they are only expert. Who's not Cabo de Cabat 2%? Amu take it from the friends tax refund. All these things air policy we are one implement and efficient. And here guarantees are 100%. So efficient. Oh no, you have to find a way of balancing it. So the make sense. Maybe we should say because you're good in cocoa production tea. Government, because government see for consecutively 3 years, your cocoa production had dropped by 50%. But in countries whether they are going to increase by 80 or 90 or 100%. That one is also not captured. So if you are in growth from maybe the production corners in another sana, the likelihood say you better rely on these efficient tax collection and other policies, say and non effective. It means next year we need to hack our tax system. Now, but one thing I'm medieval land, your ways and manner you run in this country. In fact, I was so disappointed when I heard say Abayano still want to pay a friend say teacher's allowance. I know my brother Kabo the church explain there. Only say me that one can give me a problem like nursing trainer one. Only this is can be to nursing training. Over 440 million.
Oh, me kai say for the past 3 years what can
over 440 million in a 2 months and 3 hours.
Omu we so anom pe. Until when the policy na o kan wasem no. Say this time around no say ombeje na ya ni ombe trade to other countries. Then and it's very good. But say ombeje alawa no na wo we na wakwa ba obra ba bi Ghana ye nyanso mfa so bi ade.
And the last laban so di ade.
Any kalawa ni yen
any 100 million so allocate ama a friend say assemblyman allowance. Let me do a calculation me say we have about 6,215 from say electoral areas. In elected
assembly members need to
assemblyman.
Oh yeah, calculation na
divided by 100. Only divided by 100 times 12 months, Assemblyman BI is entitled to about 1,300 and something.
1,300, roughly 1,200.
It goes 1,340. We are going 1,350. And 1,350 are good. At least on your empty. A month. But the assembly
members
next context.
And on a salary and as a allowance.
Every month.
You discount them some fine thing.
Well, I don't say most assemblymen among committee and continue meeting. You don't get anything. And look at 150. To the beer. Light could do under cover Latricia 250 hundreds a mile. And the way the mom said to balance of
I mean, good here.
And say a good intervention. That one, the Bema, say the listeners who would like to join.
Electoral area and also at least street light in a call of cramp.
Let's contest headmasters in our contest.
Okay. Mahmoud. Alaji me that say.
Dr. Gas, I think say mene Alaji when what's the dean now here the depth to which we have sunk na obika say or certain tax holiday or to try or abolish certain tax said we are Ghana for come behind na we show because of Ochina.
Yeah.
But like I said, there are very good measures. You feel say adibia domama bindi che Ghana for no. Enya dia ebe affect the economy. Na effect kwa wo mu impact no nya dia betumi edi yeduru ba bi bone. Because ohwe capina abanda da no ye nyina. Die pa na betumi ye ensa kire so say because your cape get fund, because your cape NHI, because your cape road fund. Near the year way. You said anything tangible, I bet me the answer. One village, one dam. What is its impact on the Ghanaian economy? But your cape, all these agencies, this is shemwa. A swam bam for swama. You start. Have you done the value for money and even valuation and monitoring? How has it impacted the economy? Nipa do say na ebe to training Tracy say ombeji youth start omu contribution and baby omu business adrunie. This is the impact on the economy. So a lot of the capping now why and on capping them no alone is giving us a major stream of flow of revenue. You bet me there what the intended purpose. New thing Osha NHIL. You see, on capping, we are programmed to we have programmed about 9.9 billion. A ho and a free primary health care near ding in claim payment, essential medicine, vaccine payment. even a non-crab cover the scrapping of the USAID there, abe create certain economic vaults because USAID alone, now its contribution in terms of dollars was around almost $380 million to our budgetary.
Yeah.
Into Madia was here, and she say, "Yeah."
And say, "Aid so home."
Emma, so what?
I was trim.
And Madia was here, and she say, "Yeah." A bit close to that gap, no. So what I say? Another thing, efficient mobilization of resources, revenue. Yeah, you will be a quarter toll booth.
And what's a
buy paper back, no, what or no dear back. Came out for be a juma, tear buy paper back, no, what or no dear back. But then if we are using modern tools, modern technology, said the road minister Kayano, we are going to mechanize road toll collection. Ebema revenue no send run in your tekua, and they benya more than data, and only nano go into that. Share SOEB to say ECG. ECG on a normal day, I will say every month ECG should be able to collect about 9 billion Ghana cedis. As we speak. Every month, ECG is able to collect just 1.3 billion. Just 1.3. There is a major challenge at the collection point. Intimate say people say, "Oh, don't mama beton ECG or beton." No, we are not interested in selling ECG or privatizing it. But at the collection point, we want to involve a private person because whenever a private man in charge of the collection or no profit and or no fast is based on how much you can collect.
Okay.
And they will put in all the technology and the effort to collect enough. Let's imagine, say, out of 9 billion, we are able to even collect 7.5 billion every month.
More than so we break even.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those are the things that you go to the introduction now, the increment of the growth and sustainability levy. Okwa Kurobi to say Australia, Dr. Cash. Company beer or mining now or two a good year okrum hono. Say be a good. Say world markets, gold price cost raw. Australia for tax be almost windfall levy. Into who profit now will make you or no. There is a levy that will be applied that will Kurono Subenya Vaswanwa. About world market in Subi. Last year, an ounce of gold was $2,200. Okay. Many can say an ounce of gold at the world market is selling between a range of $2,900 to $3,000. And so Ghana into me, and you've been free the mining companies on mining away large scale mining.
Good, never in.
The large scale mining companies. We are not able to enjoy the windfall. Look at the gap.
I didn't need to enjoy
because we need Mrabiasa. That is why you're going to the growth and sustainability level with regards to mining. No, I increase here from 1.1% to 3%. That 2 percentage point, in other terms, 100% increment. The revenue and also the brain is substantial enough.
Ghana for your hope say aside a car day, aside the cancellation of some of the taxes. Still,
the finance minister is being smart.
Recouping back
or share a lot of avenues. Or the
yeah, here any time say plan our fine in Abbey Juma. So the 24-hour economy can also.
The good news I made Ghana for to say. After the reading of this budget, and inshallah, should it be approved and accepted as government economic policy, now you start to implement here. It means John Mahama's first 120-day social contract on Ghana for sign. We have achieved.
Thank you.
We have achieved 99%.
Okay, so obviously the majority will have their way. Good do parliament.
And you should be happy.
Dr. Kumar.
You should comment on Mama.
Yeah, why are they? At least why are they?
And yeah, Mama, no bank no. It is seed fund at 51 million Ghana cedis. So we'll bring
within the budget.
Yes, we'll bring investors.
Yeah, baby, and also Hong Kong. Dr. Kumar.
I'm very few. I'm very few. Bank of Ghana is to start a bank. You need 400 million as capital.
We see seed fund.
And
then you bring investors.
I saw that no say
cathedral no
seed fan na
and a CD but only adia back all the batch time na so na bre na so doctor but the issue is with the women's bank and when I bisa wa say is it that omo be adopted bank back go dom their yes operations no and now fin ye ba be institute bank for
is a non-starter at a go. They should discard that idea. Good say a buy now bank say my bank if women's bank
or the mama so they support and merge the phone
a great bank e cover obia or ye into and women bank or US na ye individual be na tie yes so
and
if
a bank
private, if it's a private entity na some women's world banking e Ghana ha na enye e man kwa na mo ya accounts o e me man kwa na o ye customers e chema so
a member ram my bank
sir and abai there who set an institution called Women's Bank. Now was I campaign catch as a Women's Bank a man one bed more. I think it's very it's a non-starter. They should discard that idea.
All right.
No. I have to be gender biased because means a filling station be Okroma. My taking plans 1 or 2 days be time maybe lawyer be I'm discuss if possible when no one call me who's about my age more that. They be a man kwan for attendance. It's very bad. You see, we are all human beings.
But we are all human beings. So top petrol near mema.
Mema so na top petrol. Mema so na top petrol. No, by school there.
But a house filling station of a man.
Yeah, because
any suspicion?
We don't discriminate. No. We don't discriminate. Yeah, we don't discriminate.
Oh, but what is your problem?
No.
See, institution and also a farm man.
Natural order in human being.
But don't forget say tank and bar and your man a discharge fuel. I am a man a discharge. Pump attendant.
Pump attendant na ye ma. And that's it.
Oh, your point. You be share with you.
Mama come the next one.
Okay.
Nurses are na aban kan. We budget team. Enye juma de man enye juma say Ghana ha no o mo be fa nkofo ko abruti for nursing no o mo fa process bia o no me say fan say fia na nursing na me na me hu say opportunity wo you can ma me hu afia na I plans ni e ko o ko awon kra nti o no where na o be see
oh about so be formalize it and then more especially
the issue is
waji alawa ye alawa we alawa na we ni e formalize say e bia Mexico hia nurses ana Canada hia nurses or wa be hu Caribbeans hia nurses Cuba for hia nurses wa be hu aban you on the drive into Kobia
Matu say by unim this is mo kwani only countries ni here
yeah a negotiation
but 1 year countries are negotiation and agreement they will not be attracted to the Ghanaian people
omo kasari ameto ase
omo makana
na Afghanistan for bana some ka some penance
omo nye
doctor refer to attract because we are talking about salary here so we go Burkina Faso with salary better what do you
no, by say what they say me see Okroma yenhwe how that one will go because never be wow yeah o system no countries no we onyema ya and the last one me there enyeme nwa 2017 abolished okay
17 taxes
abolished yeah now move to from 17 to 25 so
yeah all right Dr. Banti mepacho
Alaji 5.7% to 4%. 4% is the reality because 5.7%, 1.3 million Ghanaians bondholder, 240 billion. Omantuya interest of one.
Medasi Alaji, thank you very much.
So we are not going to keep any bondholder Sika.
All right, so okay, thank you. Medasi. Happy birthday Enkoma eye Ura Ata Ampofo aka Eja Ata. Minnesota number 1 ena owo ene wawoda. Happy birthday to you. Birthday wish we free eye omaho ya Father Dusty in the animu. ɛna Derek Ampofo, Grace Ampofo, ɛne Lydia Ampofo. Ɔmo se wɔn ɛma anigye awoda pa ɛne dua yi. Ɔbɔde Nyankopɔn to ɛyɛ wo nkwanam na wɔma osika bebree. Na ɔmo so ɔmo fili san. Gabriel Otin, wɔyɛ ɔkyerɛkyerɛni ɛwɔ Barikesi Senior High School. Ɛne ɛyɛ wawoda. Happy birthday to you, Gabriel. A birthday wish coming from Akonoba Opoku Nyakon and all staff members. Almost your happy birthday. We so enko Emma 2 p.m. 2 p.m. Asante Mampon and Owo 2 p.m. And Wawoda. Happy birthday to you. A birthday wish coming from Yao Lincoln. Seria. Bosunchi Seria. Okay. Bosunchi NDC communication team members in Ano. Almost happy birthday. Na mama ma wishing birthday ni nyina so mu nyina so mani afi kama se mutie birthday wish o mu fie Bora drugstore bia ka so pe Hepa Plus Pavi and Plasmos ni bi ana dog
oh
that's right
yes Hepa Plus no pane di
medi birthday no kwa na ni birthday sa kwa sa perfia some tree fa back up
yes yes
that's right
na onim say ne bo ne so nsesan
20 cities na babia over this are 20 ni kwa man for maintain che
yes
and this first na ye turn 10 no am de 11 12 13 no there be 20
and uko baby no obi per surgery Google line bi of so de jibo bi a Hepa Plus for na tum yantum obi kura tumi e ka kire ni nua say 20 na OTEC for kanu yenya ye kwa akutu aton na etu ni 20 obo ope Ghana ni abu onu ani nua Ghana ni no ope no abu no
yen na supply mo be den no akase yentum why yentum
eniti
ohwe na ka no ntiase a oben ha ba bi afo ni kire Vic Part ho askore mampon Vic Part wo bi oben kwada so patase afo ni kire eye mami yu ho Unisaburam ho estate ni side ho ebi ho fofofo live ya ni ade
20 cities inti ukura 20 cities miensa ibasa
that's right
ubenya Hepa Plus
no answer man
Pavi
and a
plasmos na dance no ba papa yen papa mu yenua no mema ene yefunu ba na sane MSC no omo ade wo ho woni ana sabi ankomu yusu China nuro bi na ade adinim
okay
ene yi onya no kwadu no bi tutu akire a ohe good
to go
man so dia dance
okay
awie na me kan 61 year old woman bia or Dr. Mensa ha okoji bi wo Freddy Mens koji ne Hepa Plus Pavi Plasmos so doctor demo kan nyina set sa wow o se wo dware wo mfifrem wodi mfie dusia baako o se nani nye sa da
wow
Hepa Plus Pavi Plasmos e bia wo tie me wo mfie kura no 50
okay
o to asese de si twon ene se de honam mu ye obasabasa obi de ne boso fran na airfron no ene wodi weme o kina o ye wa ye nru ye so ye obi nso ti edwa no kenkenken Dr. Cash ye kasa yi obi wo ha ne osa bi se de si kan wo no o gi ne ho ba bi enye yi obi menses for the past 7 months ema
okay
wanu madru doctor hwe no ne ade nyina menses ne ma obi de ni tie lucky but ne lack no asanso akoye lack
okay
lack ni nyina said na koto hospital just because of menstruating
wow
pains any how a onamu no say ababe yo how mpo
asande ama
mesrew Hepa Plus Pavi Plasmos ya sem nyina ne say manipadua no enya hoden ahoden be nipadua ni mu a dia aka nyina no goodness and mercies manipadua no
be follow
ama bibia so aye kama dia ma se oyo ba na sabi infections hunahuna but I'm grateful to God say student a efre edi adanse no Dr. Cash Nyankopon na mo tech platform yi so ama woni ana kane no mo use chemicals bi ni antibiotics bi a still ama nipadua no entumi de ne ho free infections mu no eni saafo ni edi adanse science so recommend ma afoforo necessary kanfo
okay
doctor say kanfo woni ye adwuma wo offices kanfo medicine for so di ho adanse carpenter for so dust ni ade ene aduro no ebe Ghana for aduro nti se wonya binom ya me number nam de ma we
all right
from me o say doc me first time cram person me nom Hepa Plus Pavi Plasmos and a doc me nom bi but me jai to mu me pese me sign de medru
okay
mate kura se doc to me de kwadunum
okay
to
achire
ai na me ye ne sei
opeso betua afa kwadunum na wi a osan de atadwa papa wanum
obi fo me ka na me free Fox FM ba na ohun se waye ko no mafra atadwura na
ntiase
na me to 5 cds bi na nim ho a me to atadwe no masase yi bewe no se doc echire ha ya na yekoto okube ye no maduro wi no na atadwe ya san so na ne bi ho a we nya afi na mbe chirechiri mu
on shout or a health benefits
ade bi ho a we no enya afi na be chirechiri dosage na we hu
na health benefit
ku bensu ana okwadu ana atadwe afi na de bi e well being no
that's right
ma oni padua ni nya hoden o de frame doc me de kodu ne betutu akiri se 0542 77 first time our person no bi ene kra de menya anka first timers ne nkwan frame
okay
wa o pese ohunu se hepa plus pavine plasmos no o be ne say na won so well being no adwuma yi
okay
o yo be ma ye kodunum na ade betutu akiri o doubt a wonti o yo ba titiri student no me infections me ye order of the day me order around say be holies of holies na nsuo bi gugu na say be ene debi
enkoye
o ye student oba o de atadwe keke fatu to akiri
that's right
0542
77 85 72
0542
77
85 72 and 059 13 67 898 059 13 67 898 0542 807 907 0542 807 907 I say you only a HEPA plus Pavi and a plasmos ko pebinom
sesie drugstore bia obewuram bia no obenya bia na oye obi a ukọ adwuma onni bre busy e bia up and down ya mama church to atadwe no de 10 cd na obeto a blend ya atadwe no blend ya atadwe no na wasone so obi o na chaps no wompe entumi hye ne nkra ma ne wi atadwe no obi o na chaps no wompe it simple fancy kakra bi mfa ne bebre na fa blend ya atadwe no wi asone so o sone si wi a ha ho se onya kube no nsuo no kra na de be blend ya atadwe na se kube mienu de soso nsuo mu kama fa blend ya atadwe no wi anu asone so na we chaps na to agu no problem
fiber no mpe
obi wa ompe nti ama na we kra ye na kwa chese na ni nye ho obi oso an blender na very very good e betua blend kama
yes
o blend kama so a no problem
yes
o wi a waso ne so awia ye bibia awie no tie o kube no aduane no na de no so afra na wa blend insuo na wa hwane kube no betim baako ana mienu na o de afra na wa blend to bon se ebe te se de waka otu a wo bedie no ti wi anu wa hwe gu glass bottle kama na o de asi fridge mu ha okwa adwuma ba anwumra onum obetumi de anom aduro no kra obetumi de amene na ote na otitidi kakran ha kra why enko we bibi man ko
we personal experience na waka na simple sa no
simple na wona wo kro no
Mr. Utie OTEC FM
simple
enne ya time nko ma Mr. Tai kan sa asem
oh yes
ko penro ni bi
bibia nka chiri ma
da bi ntumi mpo ko pe bi a wo tie nkan na wo monitor program no uduro ba bi eton dura o say HEPA plus na ye miensa HEPA plus Pavi plus
that's right
mi pebi ne mabusua konom oba ma okunu nunum bi ma ne fa kodu ntoto akire ma we na ye benada oba wo so fo atadwe kire bibi kakra ofi ho na oba na wo GHS o sua adwuma o wo SHS no kire ne say onu so betumi anum bi ansan na wada me personal line here 0542 77 85 72 0542 77 85 72 and 059 13 67 898 059 13 67 898 I say enro ne ye HEPA plus Pavi and a plasmos
me da se